to Elite Encounters and our complete playthrough of Paizo's Bloodlords Adventure Path for the second edition of Pathfinder role-playing game. And I want to give a special welcome back to the Elite. That's everyone out there that is currently liking, following, subscribing to our content. If you're watching on YouTube, we are simulcasting right now on YouTube. If you could please hit that subscribe button out there, that would greatly help us out. And be sure to follow us on Twitch. While you're there, be sure to check out the links to our other content, our other shows, as well as a link to our Patreon. Has 4 tiers out there that you can subscribe at various levels and get some physical rewards in return for supporting us to continue to bring you this content that we do every week. Usually right now I talk about actually, but last week we didn't do a lot of rule breaking. We did a lot of role playing, which was great. It was a very long session of role play, so we didn't really get too deep into any rules. So no actually tonight, which is a first. So hopefully we keep it up.
I know, yeah.
See what happens tonight. I'm sure we'll be back next week with your favorite section. Actually.
35-minute actually.
Please don't.
God, don't jinx us like that. I have all kinds of notes. Okay. So, but I also take this moment to hand out everyone's skull bones, which is what we use here on the Bloodlords show to represent our hero points, which are an integral part of the second edition rule set. So if you want to pass those along to your compatriots.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And those, again, those are hero points, so they allow you to re-roll if you don't like the roll you got, or you can force me to re-roll if you don't like the roll I got, or you can turn them all in at once to avoid being killed, which might be a thing to worry about tonight. We'll see.
Oh, no.
We'll see what happens.
I don't like how
So before we get to killing you off tonight, let's talk about what happened last time. So we had some kind of moment to kind of regroup and kind of think about where we were going to go. What was our next step? Lysander took a moment to get a vision from that key that you found in the basement of your manor, which that manor has a new name, right? What was that new name that you guys came up with for your manor?
The Bloodstone Manor.
Bloodstone Manor. Right. Very cool name. Much cooler than Kalak's Manor, right? For sure.
A lot easier to say.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you got to get that like Klingon in there.
That hard K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
By the way, what's a Klingon?
That's a very good question.
Huh.
Moving on. It's a new ancestry from Starfinder.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I want to play that.
It's really not.
You're welcome.
Already getting like... but you took a moment to kind of study that key and got like an oracular vision, like a sense of like emotions. But you also got this kind of vision of someone's face kind of coming out of this dreamlike vision. And the emotions you got off of it were like disappointment.
Boredom, frustration.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they were certainly using it to open some kind of small box in a wall. The group then decided to go about the town and sell some things, sell 40 feet of good chain, much to some people's chagrin, and to make some impressions around people, with people around town, in particular in the Court of Ghouls. The Court of Ghouls is a section of Grey Dirge that has the largest marketplace in the city. So when you asked around to find out where's the best place to go to get things and sell things, that's where it would be. While they were there, they ended up hiring a ghoul alchemist named Berthelda to experiment on a sample of the brain grit and tremor paste that you guys had recovered from Erga's farm. So you know somebody kind of working on your suspicions of like these two things on their own aren't too dangerous, but put together, are they? You know, could that be something? And then you took a moment to stop by the defunct Grey Dirge Bank and check it out. And when you were kind of taking a look at the front door, you were set upon, I don't know, bothered by,
I don't know.
irritated by,
Flicked.
pestered by what was a phalanx of phalanges, basically a bunch of like finger and toe bones that were marching back and forth, protecting the bank.
Sure.
Right, but they were easily dealt with. So silly.
Scythed away.
Yes, scythe down, and I think there was some other. Somebody else did something pretty cool to them. That anyway, they're gone. They're done for. But you were stymied by the door and realized that you maybe need some more equipment to be able to get in through that front door. And you went back home to maybe get some rest, and you were greeted by Berlin Howdoli, who had come to congratulate you on your new home, your new Bloodstone Manor, and to prepare a feast for you there. So you shared in another meal with Argoon the Annihilator, and talked about some of your successes so far. And then the next day you were visited by a raven, came knocking at the door while Mert was trying to take an inventory of the home, I guess. That raven came with an invitation from Ordegar Stitchskull, who was the head priest of the Empty Threshold, the temple to Zon Kuthon here in Grey Dirge. There was some hesitation, but everyone decided to go have dinner with Mr. Stitchskull. Father Stitchskull? I don't know what they would call him. He's a priest. When you arrive there, that you go through some rituals to get into the temple, and then are invited into a small chamber down in the basement to have dinner with Ordegar, where he told you of a plot that he's uncovered, a plot to poison the Quick of Grey Dirge. He learned this from a congregant named Dakramat, a member of a local gang called the Bone Shards. Dakramat gave up the location of their hideout after some convincing by Ordegar, and he's requested that you go investigate their hideout and try not to kill all of them. And that's where we'll pick up right now, as you guys are on your way down into the hideout. So to get there, it's in an older part of the meat market, and some disused flesh rendering kind of facilities. So you wind your way through probably about a quarter mile of like these underground catacombs and tunnels that are just lined with bones and skulls. Very reminiscent of maybe some medieval catacombs here in our world.
It's like home.
Pardon?
Our dungeon has a skull lined.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. You have a lot of rooms in your home that have skulls lining the walls, or you have one where the skulls make up the entire back wall of all of your
like
guest quarters, I suppose.
Yes, guest quarters.
Most
Like
of the
I said,
buildings in
just
Greater
like
are
home.
made out of bones, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I said, just like home.
Just like home.
Yes.
For a second, I thought you were talking about my medieval. Anyway, that's fine. It's about a quarter mile of winding through these passageways and tunnels. It's very dark down here, so I'm sure at this point you have your light cast on Mert's candle.
Absolutely.
I would assume that that's what we're doing.
Yep.
And you have wound your way, following the instructions given to you by Ortegar Stitchskull, to the last known hideout of the Bone Shards.
Great.
And I'm going to put some minis on the map already, and we'll talk about what you see. Who's leading the group?
Mert.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Mert
Certainly lead on.
and Remy will be up there with him.
Okay.
But to you, his name is Remington, so just be sure.
All right. So Remington,
That's right.
is he armed with steel?
No. He will be, just not yet.
Oh boy.
He's still working on that part. Okay.
All right. And we'll have Lysander kind of next to his.
Yes,
gal.
indeed.
And we'll have
Yeah.
Elara?
That's about right.
and
Well,
Ophelia in the back.
Can we put Remy in front of me?
If you insist.
I do insist. Thanks.
He does.
I appreciate
insist.
That's great. So you wind down these tunnels and passageways, like I said, and you come to this opening. And it opens up on a very large chamber, and I'll give you a description here in just a second. A gaping maw of fangs, each made of 1,000 fused humanoid teeth, lines this short passage, which opens to the east on a vaulted chamber of stone. The skeletal remains of 4 people sit propped against the walls where the passage widens into a larger alcove, 2 on either side. Each wears a simple leather skull cap strapped tightly beneath its jaw. What do you do?
So these are people that are dead sitting.
Yeah, they're actually stood up against the walls, and they've got these strange like skull caps, just like these little like tonsures or skull caps with a leather strap under the chin. And
That's interesting.
as you approach, specifically as Mert comes into the threshold under these teeth, the skulls start chattering loudly, and the mandibles start clattering against the maxilla of these skeletons, and they're vibrating as if they're trying to break free of these leather straps.
That sounds like an alarm, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Is it an alarm? Can I look at them? See if there's an alarm that maybe I can disable.
You see 4 skulls with their jaws chattering really loudly.
I see skulls.
So do you get up closer to look for any kind of mechanism on it or anything like
Yes,
that?
that's what I was.
All right,
That's
so
what
we'll
I
put you a
meant.
little closer and we'll roll for initiative.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
A little closer. Yes. Great.
All right,
Thanks.
so I'll put the said skeletons on the table.
Only 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
A lot could go wrong.
You know, I was prepared for this, but my roll says I was not.
Same.
Well, I tell you what, since you were making a perception to check out if there were traps, we could use that as your initiative if you prefer.
It's the same.
Well, you don't know what I rolled back here, though.
Oh.
Do you want to take what I rolled, or do you want to take what you rolled? Because I
Let's
rolled a
take
secret perception for you, and we can use that as your initiative.
Go ahead.
All right, what is your initiative modifier?
Oh no, sounds like a surprise.
6.
Don't do that. Your initiative modifier is 6? Okay, I got your initiative. All right, Mert.
I guess it is, but you're gonna.
10 total.
Yes, sir.
Alara,
24.
24. And Lysander.
16.
We'll see.
It is a gamble, right? It is a secret roll. You don't know. Okay. Ooh. All right. So between Ophelia and Alara, who would like to actually go first? Maybe Ophelia, since she's standing right there in front of us.
Sure.
It's up to you, though, Alara, if you want to defer.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. So this skull is just clattering wildly as it's trying to break free of those restraints around the jaw.
Sweet. Since I moved up and I am by myself, I am going to use 2 actions, and I am going to cast Burning Hands,
Oh.
which is a 15-foot cone, and you need
Sure.
a basic reflex save.
I do.
For it looks like 2 of them.
2 of them. Okay.
The jaws are making a reflex save. Very
The
interesting.
whole dang skeleton, man.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what these things are. Yet.
Hopefully dead soon. Well,
Okay, so let me see.
Read it's not a very high DC, so
Okay,
bear with me.
that's fine. It's a first level spell, right? So you never know. Okay, so
yes.
reflex saves. Here we go. First one is a 12.
No,
Okay, and the second one is a 24.
that one's a yes. So
Is
he'll
that a
take half
critical
damage.
success?
No, my DC's 18.
Oh, and you were so worried.
The damage sucks though.
Oh, no.
I got 5, so one takes 5.
One will take 5,
And the other
will
one
take
takes 2.
2. Got it. Okay, so my southern ones are, looks like an axe. We'll call that one axe. And we'll call that one sword and shield. We got spear and bow. All right, that's an excellent start. And you have 1 action left.
I do. I am going to move behind Mert.
Okay.
Move behind Mert. Okay.
Yes.
I will move you in just a moment, and then
That
we'll
is
have,
my last action.
we'll have-
Not being up there.
That's smart. We'll have Alara go.
All right. Alara is going to cast Haunting Hymn at... I should be able to get to the one... Yeah, the back left one.
The one that looks like he's holding a bow.
Or probably the one behind that. It's a cone. So a little hard for me to tell from here, but it's a 15-foot cone.
Oh, well, Mert will be in said cone too.
Ooh, oh no.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
good.
You sure?
He's already a ghost. What can
Okay,
haunting him
there
do
we
to
go.
him?
There we go.
I can't be re-haunted.
Okay, so here we go. So, yeah, so this is it's 1D. There is a basic fortitude save, and if you critically fail the save, you're deafened for 1 minute. But so sound, this really like clanking sound that kind of convalesces into this really eerie hymn gets directed right at that cone, and we have 4 for 4 sonic damage.
Sonic.
What's the DC?
Oh wait, sorry, no wait. What was the? Oh, sorry, no wait, it's a D8. Sorry, wrong dice. I believe that's my 6. Hold on. 5.
Okay. But it's sonic damage, and
Yes.
it's not a mental
Nope,
effect.
it's
or
not a
anything?
check. It's just you get a fortitude save, but it's
Okay.
not a.
Gotcha. Okay, so here comes my fortitude saves. For the top guys. There's a 21. And a 13.
And it would be. Let me see.
I think your DC is 16?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was. You're right. So the 13 fails, but the
Okay.
21 definitely passes.
All right. So I'll take half of
Yeah.
4. Right? You rolled 4?
5.
5. Okay, so I'll take half of 5. All right. And then this one will take 5. All right, so it's almost like the same damage to the other side.
Mert also takes 5. Got it.
Yeah.
You got it, Mert. There you go, buddy.
Wanted to be the hauntee,
Wait,
not
you
the
failed your
haunter.
save?
You failed your save?
Dude,
you
that's,
believe that?
that's not a good start.
No?
Lysander.
That's terrible.
It's all right.
Okay. I'm going to have Remy take a 5-foot step so he's in the middle of all of those
Okay.
skeleton things there. Yep, right there. Great, thanks. The first one in front of me, I'm going to use my last 2 remaining actions to do needle darts at the skeleton guy right there.
Okay.
And my Remy is using his support effect, if you'd like me to read that.
If you'd like to, for those people watching,
Sure.
so they know what we're doing.
So, for the zombie, the support benefit, when he activates his support benefit effect, he can only use a move action. He can't do anything else with his other actions in order to get into position to activate that benefit. Says the zombie emits an aura of rot, causing wounds to fester until the start of your next turn. Each time you hit a creature within 10 feet of the zombie, you deal deal damage. The creature takes an additional D6 damage as the wound festers. If your zombie is nimble or savage, which he is not, but he will be, the damage increases to 2d6. This is a disease and necromancy effect.
Okay. Just go ahead and give me regular damage.
No, I don't want to.
These are not going to be subject to that.
It's called playing my character. Okay?
I understand.
Okay, great. Thanks.
And I'm playing the monsters
Shut up.
/ things.
I rolled a 16 and I have a +8. That's 24, right?
That's a crit.
Great. Get wrecked.
Ooh.
I will,
Oh,
apparently.
really?
Yeah, those
Get
undead
wrecked,
immunities are a bummer when you realize your skills, line up with them.
Don't work on anything.
Yeah. Stuff.
6, 7, 9,
Go ahead, keep going.
13. 13 points of piercing damage as I rip the metal ring off of my jacket and crush it into like shrapnel in my hand, and they shoot out of my hand a la Magneto style. Even though they suck and they're probably, I don't know who that is.
Who's Magneto?
It's my brother.
Is he a Klingon?
Yeah. And even though they're immune to said effect, you would see the rot kind of effect swirling around Remy, and he takes the damage from my needle darts.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to take off some And how would you like to dispatch your foe?
Great. So I crush that ring, and I kind of open my hand, and they fly out towards him, and the shrapnel just starts to pierce through his skull, and it kind of just pieces and chunks start flying off of it, and it, one skull smashes into the other skull, and they're still chattering.
So this one clatters to the ground, and the skull does break loose and kind of roll off and stops chattering.
Good. Which means that there's an option that won't happen. I don't like that.
The other three continue, however.
Great.
Mert.
Okay. So I would have entered rage when I first rolled initiative. So that, and then I am already within reach of one of the chattering skulls, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So I'll just start swinging right off the bat then.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh no. Okay. That's a crit.
Okay.
That means, since it's a nat 20, we're going to do a critical card.
Let's get them cards, baby.
Go for it.
Here we go. Give them a good shuffle.
That would be slashing.
Sure. Not harsh language.
That's right.
That's coming, don't worry.
Harsh language?
Biting words.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure it's-
yeah.
I'm
I
sure
got
it's
a feeling
coming.
it's going to happen at some
It's
point.
awesome.
If they had insides, I'd cast torturous trauma, but it won't work.
Then
Yeah.
it'd be their outsides.
Yeah. Unfortunately, these are sans insides. Okay.
Just in case.
This one's called hamstring, which is interesting because they don't have any hamstrings. But it's normal damage. However, the critical effect is the target will be knocked prone and is clumsy 2.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
That is.
So this is like TMJ. Is that what this is? All right. So he's gonna take. Is it normal damage?
Normal damage.
Okay. Then he's gonna take 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, and you may dispatch your foe.
Okay. He the connective tissue holding the jawbone on just falls off and it falls to the floor.
Okay. Yeah, and they're actually being held on by a leather strap coming
Oh
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
skull.
Of
like,
the cap.
on
Yeah. So
around.
that just gets cut right off and it falls right to the floor. Yep.
Clatters off. And this one's off the board.
Okay. And then I still got some things I can still do. So,
Yeah, you have 2 actions left.
Yeah. I'll step up to the next one, kind
Perfect.
of on that side of the hallway,
Yeah, you will.
and then I'll just go ahead and basically just put my greatsword in one hand and just punch the other one.
I see what you're doing.
Yep. And that is going to be 18.
18's a hit.
Okay, great. Ooh. 10 points of damage.
From your fist.
Yep.
Okay.
That's impressive.
This one's already been drastically affected by this haunting him, so you can go ahead and dispatch this foe too.
Okay. Yeah, so when I just like clobber it with my fist, which I kind of have to basically like do a little hop to do, as a little halfling merc. When I clobber it, it just goes sailing off the head and the helmet and all.
Okay. And-
Remy will set a knee for you. You can just hop off his knee and
Yeah,
give
there
him
you
the
go.
what
Yeah.
for.
Love it.
That's cool.
Wow.
So yeah, you punch the skull and it knocks right off the spine and just bounces on the
Yep.
floor. The clattering stops. The mandible breaks out of the strap. There's one remaining skeletal figure. Its jaw is still clattering. And now I got to roll something.
Would it be if he runs away?
Nope.
Sorry.
So
We didn't kill them all fast enough.
which one did he hit? The one on my side or the one on
It's going to be this one here.
Gray?
With, the bow.
Loved it.
Yep. The one that is over here by me is just out of reach.
Just trying to keep your gear in order there on the table.
That's I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
Don't let me cheat. I meant there were 9.
9 skeleton
Skulls.
chatters.
Okay.
All the better to crit you with.
Okay. So now I'm going to do a little thing here. Okay. So you see the jaws like strain against the skeleton, and it's like the skull's like trying to break free, and it's not working. It's stuck there.
Good. I like that for us.
Me too. Actually, no, I don't.
This is not competitive.
What?
However, it has taken some damage. So that damage has actually freed it enough to where the skull rolls off the spine and rolls along the floor. And looks like Remy's the closest creature.
He sure
to it.
is.
Oh no.
Little ankle biter.
So that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to bite at Remy's feet.
Love it.
That's wild.
19.
That hits him.
Okay, well, take a big whopping 2 points of damage.
He's taken the 2 big whopping damage.
And now... okay. We'll do it again, because that's all.
I love it.
All we got.
I love it.
That's all I got.
It's an 18.
That hits.
That's 4 points of damage.
Love it.
And really, they don't climb up and like try to chew on you or anything.
He is trying to chew on him.
He's trying, but
Just
yeah,
not
usually
very
he's-
well.
Okay. The third one's gonna miss, and now this creature's actually been quickened because of the chattering effect. So the final roll is a 6 to hit. Moving on, round 2.
That's close.
So close. So close.
But the chattering is like echoing into this
Yeah.
vaulted chamber
sure.
behind you.
Lovely.
I'm sure there's more people coming.
Perfect.
Ophelia.
We're gonna do kind of a skull versus skull thing here, and I'm gonna do telekinetic projectile
Okay.
with my removable skull.
Why don't
Okay.
you could just pick up one of their skulls on the ground.
You certainly could.
Certainly could.
I will ask you, are you aiming that skull at the skull or
Yes.
at the skeleton?
At the skull.
Okay.
The one that the
Just had to make sure.
the part that's attacking,
Yeah.
Okay.
like the part that's actually
All
attacking.
right, all right.
Part that's chewing on Remy.
Yeah. That sucked. 16.
A 16?
Does it hit?
16 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I
Nice.
rolled an 8. So he takes the little skull takes 8 points of damage, bludgeoning, by the way.
Is this the skull off your staff? So it just kind of wiggles free and whoom, flies at the skull and just smashes into it.
Yep.
And it just cracks right down the center, and you can dispatch your foe.
Well, have you ever played pool? Except it's hand
Yes.
pool. He just bounces off to the wall and just,
Okay. All right.
Love it.
and the chattering stops.
Skull ball, corner pocket.
Yes.
Okay.
Skull ball.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
the clattering stops
She
what
already,
I
said,
said.
she already said that.
Good.
Manifested
Well,
that into existence.
for all of them. Yeah.
But it does seem though that stealth is a little out the window at this point. Yeah. Considering the entrance would be.
It sounds like we're still in initiative, so
So we technically are. So we're back in exploration mode because there's no visible threats.
Yet.
And it is dark in here. Those of you with dark vision, the range on that, remind me, is 120 feet or 60 feet.
Okay.
I think it's, I
let
think
me
it's
look.
120.
I'll say.
Stay tuned for actually.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
We need a jingle for actually. That would be
I was
great.
actually saying, at least here.
It doesn't say.
I'll check
You know
real
what?
quick.
I think there actually might not be a range. I think you just see in darkness just as well as you do in
You can see
black and
in
white.
darkness and dim light just as well as you can in bright light.
There you go.
Like, you just quoted that. That was great.
Yep. Like right off.
Page 37 or something.
I quoted it off my feet list. Does that
There you
count?
go. It counts. So, those of you with dark vision, which I think right now is just Ophelia.
Really?
No, I
Oh, you have dark vision
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
These two don't. These are the only two that don't.
Right.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I took that as a feat.
So, what you can see in this very large chamber is it's completely dark. There's no light source. But the two of you that can see off into the distance in the dark can see a couple of tents, maybe like a small camp, kind of in this along the southern wall here.
Are they red?
And no, what you're seeing that's red is actually, you might have to get actually closer to them, but there appear to be pits in the floor.
Oh.
These are rendering pits. Anybody with lore flesh rendering? Okay.
Sorry, I didn't take that one.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the skull fairy once, so I mean.
That's right.
Yeah, that was amazing. But yeah, these are just 15 feet deep pits that are lined with what you can see in the darkness. Looks like red glass.
Ooh, okay.
But what you're seeing for the tents are actually way back here.
Oh.
Okay.
Mert and I don't see any of that shenanigans.
Yeah, see what? We just.
You don't. Yeah.
So let's. Okay, I am going to try to stealth and sneak around. So I'm getting out of Mert's candlelight.
Sure.
Okay, so once you get out of Mert's candlelight, which it acts like a torch, right? So it's
Yep.
20/20.
Yep.
You have to get 40 feet away from Mert, and then you'll have enough concealment probably to give me a stealth roll.
Oh,
And that's a secret roll.
Here we go.
sure is.
But now that you're level 2, your stealth is actually greatly improved since your time at the farm.
Yes.
You must not be looking at my character sheet. My stealth is not greatly improved.
He's looking at mine.
I am looking at... Okay. So I've got a number, so where do you want to start moving along with your stealthy move? Remember, you move at slower speeds when you're stealth, or do you have an ability that lets you move a little bit faster when you're stealth?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're working on it. Got to practice a little bit.
That's right.
So you're just going to come along this wall here, and we'll say probably because of the way the light is, you probably get to this corner and start stealthing along the wall here.
Yep, and my movement is 25 feet, so slow.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're only level 2. And if I was level 3.
All right. How close do you want to get to these tents?
I guess close enough to see what might be in there.
Okay. Sounds good. So we'll
Are
push
we
it up.
moving at all, or are we just standing in this doorway?
The only people that can see her right now will be Alaric.
Correct. That's why I'm kind of eyeballing Mert. So like wherever Mert goes, I'm going. So
Because Mert glows.
yeah,
She
Mert-
seemed to want to slink up. And
Yeah.
So I think we hang back, and since you can see her, maybe you can alert us if something goes
Yes.
awry. We can run in, but
That sounds like a good plan.
So you have Alara just kind of keeping an eye on her while you
Yep.
guys kind of hang back with the light so you don't expose her
Yep.
as she draws closer to these
Actually,
tents.
I do have something that makes me move faster in shadow.
Okay.
oh,
Please explain.
And he just let me know. He just reminded me of it. It's called Slink.
Right.
You can move through gloom with the speed of darkness. You can move 5 feet further when you take the sneak action up to your speed.
yeah.
Okay.
In
That-
addition, as long as you continue to use sneak actions and succeed at your stealth check, you don't become observed if you and a sneak action in dim light or darkness,
Oh, okay,
as long as you have cover or greater cover.
Okay.
cool.
Noted.
A
Right.
slink.
Nice.
You are slinking along the wall, which the extra 5 feet of movement will come into play more in like an encounter mode where
Yes.
you're trying to sneak away or sneak to something in an encounter. So right now you're feeling your way, but you know you're quicker than the average person would be moving through the darkness. You don't really have cover so much. You have some concealment because of the darkness. And again, the question stands: how close do you want to get? Like we're 5 feet, 10 feet, 30 feet, 20
I'm
feet?
trying to look into the tent
Ooh, trying to look in the tent.
without, like, if there's like a rip in the side or.
Okay, so there are no rips in the side. But when you come around the front of the tent,
It's a freaking dungeony type thing, and there's no rips in
You
this
can just
shit.
cut a hole right down the middle with your hatchet there.
Yeah, hello.
Make me do it.
Anybody
I
in
have
there?
a knife.
you do have a knife. And there is somebody there, because as you kind of peer
she's
into the front
Pete.
flap of the tent, you see inside the tent 3 hands that lurch up at your presence. And you notice immediately that these hands have 3 fingers. Roll for initiative.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow.
We're having a good time. Ophelia.
I have a 22.
Hey, that's good.
22. Alara.
7.
Okay. Lysander.
17.
Okay, not bad. Mert.
20.
20. All right, so we'll put things in order. Ophelia, you actually will get to go first.
Yeah. Run away.
Yeah, I'm going to take a move action back towards the group.
Okay. Your speed is 25 or 30?
25.
Okay.
And then I am going to I'm going to phase bolt.
Okay.
It's a spell attack, so does 14 hit one of them?
14 does hit one of those hands. The first one that comes skittering out of the tent flap. Bam. Phase bolt.
Bam, bam.
And phase bolt is what kind of damage?
Hold on. It is a... It does not say.
It's
It's energy.
anti-undead.
It's magic energy.
It's anti-undead energy.
It says magic energy. A bolt of magic energy that stutters in and out of phase
Sounds
until
good.
it reaches the target.
All right, so you have definitely hit the target.
And he's gonna take 10 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
You may dispatch your foe right off the bat.
He's gonna fall into that pit. He just kind of skittered, just kind of into the hole.
Okay, we'll say, yeah, you can blast him so hard he just kind of bounces along the ground and falls down into that pit of red glass. And why not? It's a flavor. That's a flavor.
Our good cousins are after us.
They are. They are.
It's the hands of the Northern Army.
So to represent said hands, they're tiny creatures that are all kind of in the same space together. I'm just going to put a die on the board that has the number of hands in that space.
Do it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that.
I'm gonna shout.
Boom, boom. Let me
literally
roll it to
gonna
the
shout
12.
back.
He
Wait,
said,
is it the 12?
Put my
the-
D100 on here and good luck.
Oh, no.
Oh, with my move action, could I have literally said, our good cousins are after me?
Sorry, it is the
You
Northern
could say
Army.
whatever you want within a
Fantastic.
reasonable amount of time. Mert.
Oh, that's what I said.
Perfect.
So I'll re-enter rage.
relations to these bastards.
Re-enter rage, and unfortunately, since we just started combat, there's some things I'm not going to get back. But I will take an action to move as far as I can.
What is your speed?
25.
Okay.
Okay, and then if I were to sudden charge, will that put me? That gives me
I
two
just-
more strides.
I just moved you twice.
Oh, that was moved twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said as far as you could. I thought rage was
No,
an
that's
action.
fine. So even if I move another 25 feet, where does that put me? Probably not in range.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's just my turn. I'll move up as far as I possibly can, charging up with my greatsword.
All right.
Great.
Three moves will get you there.
Cool.
If rage is free for you.
It is.
Okay. So now I've got 2 things in my sights. I don't know. These things can't see. They don't have eyes.
The hands
Maybe,
have eyes.
and they're all the thingies.
What?
It's like
I don't know. Why does
fingernail
our
pops
goon
up
talk?
and there's like a little eyelid underneath.
One does
so
this,
weird.
and it's in the palm.
Yeah.
These are the weirdest creatures.
This campaign has the best bestiary. There's so many weird things in it.
Yeah, they're really fun and
Interesting.
exciting to play. So the first hand, actually both of the hands, since they're kind of moving together as a unit, these 3-fingered hands will rush up into Ophelia's space, because these are tiny creatures, so they have to get into your space to attack you.
Stop it.
So move. Then the first one will try to claw at you with its 3 fingers.
I'm not touching you.
Please don't.
Actually, it is, because I rolled a 23
Oh
to
my
hit.
god.
No.
Is that a critical?
No.
Okay, I
You
tried.
wish.
I do, maybe.
It's
Okay.
close. But no.
All right, so you're going to take a whopping 2 points of damage as the claws kind of grab into you.
Oh no.
I'll get you, my pretty.
So you're dying now?
Yeah, totally.
Well, you will be,
I am
because
just a witch.
its next action is to do something called throat grab.
Oh.
So it'll once it claws you, it will grab a hold of you and skitter up to your throat, and attempt to grab onto your throat.
That's messed up.
So I do have to make a grab. This is going to be against your fort DC.
Okay.
Does that take map?
It does, because it is an attack.
My
So,
fort DC is 14.
okay, so this is going to be an athletics. Does a 6 grab your throat?
No.
Okay, good. So the second one does the exact same thing.
Oh, God.
So the first time it scrabbles up and tries to claw at you, natural 1.
Oh.
You know what that means?
Fumble card.
Fumble
Fumble
card.
card.
Yes.
Pulling out both decks of cards tonight.
Love it.
Is that a first?
I think so.
I think it's a first where we get both decks.
Both decks.
Gonna give it a good shuffle, make sure that these
Even
are nice
before
and
break.
mixed.
Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're. It's episode 7.
I know.
Lucky number 7. Lucky for who? Not me. Okay, where this is this is an unarmed strike, right? Because this is a claw.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is not the weak point.
What?
I'm going to take a D6 persistent bleed and can't use that attack until my next turn. Poopy. Okay, so I'm going to keep that here to remind me of the persistent bleed.
Does that tick right away
And
since it's end of
going to
turn?
happen at the end of my
Yeah.
turn.
Jeez.
So that's going to take a...
Brutal.
Oh! Yeah. So for whatever, maybe it grabbed onto something sharp on one of your boots or something, and is now just spraying this black ichor, this blood spatters onto the ground. 5 points.
Oh my
Jumped,
gosh.
he jumped on my spear, on my staff.
That's a big jump.
No, it doesn't mean
You're kind
I
of
have.
holding it like this, maybe?
Oh, I mean, I'm
please
bending
don't get me.
myself. Just fuck off.
I get you. Okay.
Stay back.
All right. So that appears to be all of the hands that are in the tent. Lysander.
Great. I'm 100 years away from all this, so I'm going to take,
You're also without your light.
100%. I can't see anything. So,
No. Now, well, I'll okay. Do what you want to do.
I'm going to work my way up to Remy, because he can see.
Okay. So, when you're effectively blind, I think you can move at half speed.
So I'm going to work up to him.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hand on his back. His speed is 15. We're going to move 2 actions, and I'll follow him.
So you have to move up to him, command him, and
Yep.
you move 15.
Yep.
Like it. Very smart use of command with your companion. That's genius.
I mean, I can't see.
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah. That's
We'll
perfect.
figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's me. That's all me. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you better stop.
Yeah.
Just practice.
Yeah, I'm just practicing too.
Elara.
All right. Well, much like Lysander, I am. At least I can see.
Yeah.
But I'm very far away.
Bet.
I don't think I can get close enough. I guess I will move 2. Use 2 to move.
Okay. And you have a speed of 25?
Correct. Gosh, I can't even get to. I was saying I can't even like, because I think anything that I could even cast that would be helpful would be.
Yep.
Because I think I'm more than 60 feet from Mert and them, right?
No, you're
within
about
60
40
feet?
feet from Mert.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
30, about 45, 50 from Ophelia.
Oh, good. Then I can get everybody then with Courageous Anthem.
Okay, so
That's 60
you,
feet. So I'll use that for my third action is Courageous Anthem.
All right. And you are doing this by singing?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Love it.
Yes, she was doing this by, quote unquote, drawing attention to herself.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't going to call it out that way, but
No?
if you want to.
I did.
I mean, there's
I mean,
a
I
guy
put
with
my
a
head in the-
magical light on him running across the room, so
Yes.
stealth is out the window.
Yeah, we've already thrown the stealth card out the window, unless you're, me in the back here.
Yeah.
That brings us to round 2, Ophelia.
These little things are at my feet.
Yes.
Do they technically have insides?
No. They're just hands.
Dang. You know what?
Tell me what.
I am going to cast a spell and give what I get.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to cast
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
what I've been given. I am casting Gouging Claw.
Oh.
What? Okay. Go
It's
on.
never good when the DM says what.
What is gouging claw?
Go on.
My hand temporarily morphs into a clawed appendage,
Ooh.
and I make a melee spell attack roll.
Okay.
Cool.
And if I hit, I can either deal 2d6 of slashing or 2d6 piercing, plus 2 persistent bleed.
Oh my god.
It's a cantrip.
I don't like it, but go ahead.
That's a cantrip? That is awesome.
That's great.
13.
13 to hit it.
Oh, 14.
Try 14.
I rolled like crap.
You hit it. Now, which one are you hitting? The one that's trying to grab onto you, or the one that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going with slashing.
Okay.
And he's going to take 8 points of slashing damage and 2 persistent.
I love that.
That was awesome.
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move 25 feet
And
backwards.
is this persistent bleed?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's so good.
My last action is to disengage and move behind Mert.
Keep that forever. I love that.
With the 8 points of damage, you can go ahead and dispatch your foe. You went behind Mert.
Well, I guess he's going to go in the pit with the other guy because I just reached out and slashed at him. And ah!
Yeah.
So he goes flying off and splats
Same
at
pit.
the bottom of the pit.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez. What does that appendage look like when your hand grows? Is it like long fingernails, like a wolf's claw, like?
I guess it would be probably look more vampiric. Like
Okay. Yeah.
longer.
Long, gaunt fingers.
Yeah.
Freaky.
All right, let me just go ahead and erase that. Okay. Mert.
I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Guy with the glowing candle.
That is a 16 on the die, so 24? No, 25?
That's a critical hit.
Ooh. He's gonna go to sleep. No.
Immune to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Wrecked.
Well, that's okay. How about 18 points of damage?
Oh, fine. Dispatch your foe.
Is he immune to that?
No.
It's the immune
Yeah, so
to
just
that.
running up with my greatsword, almost like trailing on the ground behind me, and then just a big upward stroke, setting
like
it
a slap
flying.
shot, like
Yep.
a hockey slap
Yep,
shot.
basically.
Are you sending it into the pit with his other buddies?
That's right.
End over end, splat.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this card over here because it won't matter.
Because he's dead.
And we'll drop out of encounter mode again.
Woohoo.
Great. When we drop out of encounter mode, I will retrieve the Everlight torch But
Oh, sure.
so I can see now.
Yes, you can.
That's a smart thing to do.
Nice.
Okay, so light on in 2 places.
Yes.
All right, and we've got now this, what looks like a campsite.
Okay, I'm gonna move back up to the tents.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Here we go. Surprise!
Well,
like,
one
I'll
of
show
these
you.
times they'll run out.
Killing my monsters in 5 seconds.
This other tent has a dragon in it.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna
I'm not
throw
that
myself
guy.
in the pit.
It'd have to be a skeletal dragon.
Yeah. I will rejoin the rest of the
Don't
group
give him
over at the
ideas.
tents with my eerily lit purple light.
I assume everybody just kind of does the same.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I'll point out to Ophelia too. Like, did you see that too? Like, they had 3 fingers, right?
Uh huh. That's why I only called them his cousins.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Huh.
Twice removed.
Yeah.
At least once removed.
Twice removed. That's good. Oh, nice. She gets another skull bone for that, right?
Yeah, I think that was good.
Okay, sorry.
That's good.
Okay, I-
Skull bone.
Just because we smashed your guys doesn't make you bitter, okay?
I'm not bitter. I'm just trying to figure out what
Don't-
it is
Stop pouting.
Don't get
you
angry.
guys are
Get
about to
even.
find
That's Patrick.
Yeah.
in there. No.
You know, we keep saying this is not a
This is not a competitive game.
competitive game.
I go
I think
home-
by the time we get to level 20, he's going to be
I go home a loser every week.
every
That is the GM's perpetual
every
job.
session. He's going to be like, I'm going to kill these guys, every one of them.
I swear to God.
One of these days.
Yep.
One of these days, you meddling kids.
That's right.
Get off my lawn.
I would have gotten away with it too.
You have in fact got away with it because these 3 crawling hands are now laid, destroyed, for all intents and purposes, at the bottom of this 15-foot deep pit behind you. And as you're kind of studying this, you guys, everybody starts to get the sense now that you're in the room and you're kind of immersing yourself in the darkness and your surroundings. You think you smell smoke, like
Oh.
wood smoke. But there is no campfire here at this campsite.
Okay.
But there could have been
Is,
smoke breakers.
How-
It does, but there's no actual like fire pit or like any indication that there was a fire at this camp.
how tall is the ceiling in this?
It's up into the darkness. I think this
Okay.
is a good. Well, you do have 20/20, so I think this is about 20 to 30 foot ceiling in here.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly high.
If we take a moment to like look a little closer at this campsite, could we determine that like this campsite was made by these hands or somebody else? Or
I am certain.
it seems very unusual for
campsite.
3 animated hands to set up a
Need
campsite.
Campsite, yeah.
It does. I would probably take survival for that, or lore camping.
Yeah, I'm great at survival.
Lore camping.
Well, I
It's a
guess
lore.
you would roll that, so if you want to roll it for me, go for it.
Let me just give him all
A
the
secret
terrible,
survival? You can roll. It's not.
all the terrible skills I'm good
It's
at.
not like a recall knowledge. It's just.
12?
Yeah, you're.
Does
You get a
anybody,
sense that
It's the die only, okay? That's all I got.
anybody have survival?
Because
No, but I can
how
roll.
large are the tents?
That's a very good question. They're people sized. They're
Okay.
the size of like for medium creatures. So yeah, they're not like just little like
Land.
tents for like a hand.
Technically,
Like
I
those
have
ones you
an
see at a
18.
display at an outdoor store.
And all 3 were like in one of them.
Yeah, that's a little much.
I have an 18 on survival.
Okay. You definitely sense that this campsite was probably for medium-sized creatures, and probably at least 2, if maybe 4. It really depends on if they stacked up 2 to a tent, which they could do. And while you're kind of looking around and poking around the tent, you do discover a small silver mirror. Anybody trained in crafting can figure out how much that's worth.
Oh, me!
Oh, we've crafting now?
I do. I'm level 2.
All right. You know that mirror would probably fetch about 5 gold.
Oh, you don't want me to roll it?
I already did.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
You also find 3 disguise kits.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
You also find that in those disguise kits are batches of cosmetics, mostly of bone white makeup and black hair dye.
Okay.
Oh, you.
They being mimes.
Yes. A gang of mime street
Mimes.
thugs.
No, they talked about. They were saying that there were fledglings.
The Order of the Three-Fingered Hand is just like a secret collective of mimes.
No, the rumors were saying that they were fletchlings. Maybe they're disguising themselves as
have
fletchlings. We all have a pale pallor, and this is how we look. We can have black hair, but we're all pale.
Do all fetchlings have really pale skin? I thought some of them even had like dark skin and red eyes and stuff.
Do you have lore
I,
fetchling?
Anything
Or
between-
society? I'll take society.
I have a Lord genealogy.
Anything
I'll give
between-
you society.
Does it
anything
fetchling's
between
uncle?
white,
Yeah,
pale,
17.
gray, and
Fletchling's uncle.
You know what? Skullbone to me. No.
Oh boy.
well, I am a fletchling, so
Well, I'll
Yeah.
be a Fletchling's uncle.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you do that. You do know that fetchlings typically do have a pale pallor. Generally, will have dark hair, black hair.
So yeah, you're onto something.
in shades of from white to black. So that gray,
Right.
it's just
Interesting.
what happens to us. Well, it's just how we're born.
Yeah.
So maybe they're pretending
Because
to
of
be
that connection you
fletchlings.
have with the shadow plane.
So I'm assuming these
The
disguise kits are medium-sized and not hand-sized.
Yeah, they're just teeny little tiny makeup
I
brushes.
just feel like I should rule that out.
and like
the little
pads.
hair. Yeah, the little patch.
It's like
hair goes.
powdering the palm of the.
Yeah, that word. It's like I don't know.
Wow.
But that is another great question. You have to clarify these things in a fantasy world, and yes, they
Boy,
are
oh boy.
for a normal-sized person
Oh, man.
creature.
Wow.
And I think somebody had a clue, a question, what? What you got?
So, yeah, like he said, they're mimes, right? Well, they're now mute mimes because they're missing their hands.
Yeah, really not an effective gang plan. Really,
No, not
Yeah.
really.
Dislike all that.
honorary skullbone.
Oh man.
Okay.
All right,
So
but that's what you.
So we've gone through all the tents then, and there's
Yeah.
no signs of medium-sized creatures,
No, just those
just the hands.
3 hands.
if I get a closer look at one of these rendering pits, does it really just look like a flat sheet of glass at the bottom? Is that pretty
So
much what I
it's
see?
actually walled. All 4 walls and the bottom are made of this red glass. And as
Okay.
you're looking at it, it does look very similar to the glass that makes up the dome of your
Oh.
own home.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, didn't we think that he was a flesh person, flesh renderer? Or did we have some?
He was definitely
kind of-
doing some weird things. I mean, he had a bucket full of bones in his office.
We think he
And
was
teeth.
a flesh
yeah,
renderer.
teeth.
It
He-
may not have been.
He had
said.
some interesting, it wasn't explicitly said. What you did know was that Kalak fancied himself some sort of collector, a connoisseur of art.
He saw himself as an artist.
And yeah, he did. He dabbled in art as well. You found several of his strange drawings throughout the home.
Yeah, which have to do with flesh and other mixing of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, it was like kind of more of like mixing motifs. The flesh stuff was definitely the bucket of teeth.
Yeah.
That certainly was interesting.
Yeah.
And also those platinum fangs that you recovered.
I bet he dabbled in some flesh rendering.
Perhaps.
I don't know. We should probably keep searching out this area.
I agree. Yeah, we should.
Although, do we think that the hands disposed of the other occupants, or do we think they're just out and about and coming back? Because that might be something to be wary of.
Well, I do smell that smoke. I don't know where it's coming from, but I smell it somewhere. So there must be maybe a campfire deeper in.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint where that is coming from?
Yeah. We did get information from Stiskall that this is the camp or their hideout. So I think we've yet to find the hideout.
That's fair.
I do see that like there's the wall there next to us and it kind of opens up. So maybe I can at least step around that wall to peek further or deeper in as far as my light will go.
I'm going to stick close to Mert.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just want to come around to the edge of this wall here?
Pretty much, yeah. Just see further back in and see what I see.
Okay. So I'll describe what you're seeing here in this kind of larger section of this chamber, this very, very vast chamber. Piles of bones lie in heaps throughout this chamber. They rise to 20 feet in some places. Nearly touching the ceiling, they completely clog passages leading from this room all to the north and to the south. There's also just at the edge, like smells like burnt flesh.
Stronger than the smell we were smelling before?
So the smell you were smelling before
Smoke.
was like wood smoke. This smells like bodies on fire. How you know what that smells like? I don't know.
Sure. Mert knows.
Well, there's been some questionable times.
As they're kind of checking out that chamber, Mert, Lysander, and his companion,
Remington.
are observing what's going on there and kind of taking this in. Ophelia, in the darkness, you see a set of stairs on the far north end of the room, and you can just make out maybe the top of like another set of tents above this kind of pile of bones at the top of the stairs.
No, Jalara. You see that?
Oh, yep. Yeah. I guess we better get over there.
Yeah, let's wait till the guys are done, so, you know, we don't get attacked by hands again.
They're close enough to where you can certainly hear them back and forth with this.
We're going to head that way.
Yeah, what do you guys see up there?
There's some more tents.
More tents.
Up
go check it out.
Possibly up the stairs. Just see the top.
As we turn to head that direction, I will reach out and touch Mert's back,
Yeah?
and I will cast Runic Weapon.
Ooh.
And those sickly green runes appear on Mert's weapon, the same color as the green in my eyes, and they burn themselves into that weapon
Cool. How long does that last?
for 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. So 66 seconds later,
Yep.
you arrive at the... So you guys are making your way up to those tents in the north?
Yep.
Okay. And are you kind of going in a formation? How are you approaching this area?
I'm just
I'll lead
walking.
with
Let's
Remy,
stealth this
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
We're just walking up.
Walking with Mert and Remy in the front, kind of how we came in the doors down here.
All right, so we'll say you group up here and kind of go along in between the...
Yep, love that.
Like
for us.
this.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah?
Yep,
So you get to about right... Yeah.
love that for us too.
And you notice skittering along this northern wall are 3 more of those 3-fingered hands. Let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe this time I'll do something. As we enter our 3rd combat of the night.
Let's
already.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the sound of Mert's weapon right there.
That's right. The runic weapon.
Wow, okay. All right, Ophelia.
I have a 15.
Okay. Mert.
26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lysander.
24.
Jeez, okay. Alara.
10.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right.
Great.
So Mert will be going first.
Okay.
What do you do as you see these? And I'm gonna just again use just a die for these. I don't really have a pile of crawling hands miniature, unfortunately,
Sure.
That'd be
know.
difficult to paint.
or really easy.
That'd be super cool looking though.
yeah, maybe I'll kit bash something if these guys come back in further adventures.
Sure.
But for now, it's probably about right there.
You could probably
Okay.
just do like the base with the hands coming up out of the.
Yeah,
Like
just
the-
chop some
yeah,
hands
yeah,
off something
yeah.
and just glue it on there, or have them standing up. Maybe one's coming like this and one
Yeah,
like
that'd be
this.
Sure.
super cool. Anyway, sorry.
Really cool ideas.
Rage, sudden charge, and I'll go up and strike.
Okay.
14 on the die. That's going to be 23.
23 is a crit.
Ooh. And runic weapon, just as a reminder. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get like
You
overkill.
can go ahead and roll all of the numbers, or you could just describe your kill. However you
No, I
want.
want to roll it because
It's fun that
it's
way.
fun for
right?
me.
It is.
Heck yeah.
The math, however.
25. It's gonna be 50 points of damage.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
You may describe how you dispatch your foe,
Uh,
but I don't even know why I wrote it down.
yeah, just run up with my sword and just hit it, and it just goes sailing into the darkness somewhere off nowhere
Yeah, and you
land.
hear like this odd flat
A
splat.
portal opens up and it gets sucked in.
Okay. Do you have one action left?
I do.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
Hey, don't forget your runic weapon also gives you a +1 because it's a +1 striking.
Great point.
So-
So yeah, I might as well just swing the sword again. That's smart.
Yep.
Smart. 11.
Ooh.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
Okay.
my turn.
But still, that was a fantastic turn,
Yeah.
Lysander.
For sure.
Yeah, it was double 9s on the D12s.
Remy is going to move up
Okay.
within. He just needs to be within 10 feet of that. Yeah, right there's
Within
great.
10. Okay.
Yeah, within 10 feet. I just use him for the aura, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to, much like rinse and repeat, I'm going to cast needle darts. I'm going to reach down and crush that ring on my jacket
Very cool.
and attempt to shoot at it.
Go for it.
Will do. I rolled a 1.
Oh. Okay.
That's a magical fumble too.
It sure is.
Oh boy.
That's when your head blows up.
Yeah, say hold on to your head.
All right. Spell.
Yep.
Tiring spell. The cost, the strain of
Yep.
casting the spell puts you to the fatigued condition.
Fatigued
boy.
condition. You got it. I hate that.
Yeah.
Got it.
So fatigued, -1 to your AC, all your saving throws.
Yep.
You can't do any exploration activities.
Yep.
And you have to have a full night's rest to
Yep.
recover from that.
Ugh.
Not too bad, but sucky.
Yeah,
So that was
no good.
an action to command
That's it,
your
I'm done.
guy, and 2 for that,
Yep.
and it's now the hands.
Yep.
Okay,
That was bad news.
so the closest creature to me is this little half-moon ghost. So the first hand is going to claw at you. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and go to this fumble deck here. It's a natural one.
Back again.
Oh man.
It's, definitely getting their workouts on the fumble cards.
Hey,
Okay,
all
this
good.
is unarmed again. Can't find an opening. I can't use this attack until the end of my next turn. So that guy's effectively done for the rest of its existence.
love that.
And the other guy. Okay, that's a little better. 18.
Does not hit.
Okay, we'll
Not good enough.
try one more time and fail miserably. Let's make sure these guys aren't slow. I'll try one more since I am adjacent to you.
Sure.
Let's try a different die. Let's kick this red skull bone die. Okay. Great turn, Ophelia.
Let's see. Let's cast.
Going home extra losery tonight,
It's
I guess.
okay. It's okay. I share a little bit of your illusion.
You know how it feels, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do kinetic projectile.
Cool.
Okay.
Sometimes
Once
the dice
again.
just tell
There's
that story.
all
Man.
kinds of bones. There's
There sure
a
is.
dead hand somewhere.
that
That is a
bird turned into goo.
23.
Oh,
23 is a critical
God.
hit.
Okay, that's
I'm glad that table's carrying the weight. I'm letting
double
down.
damage.
I'm letting down Alara over here. Like it's bad
Let's
news.
see. 6. So 12.
12 damage. How do you dispatch your foe?
Well, it's a skull coming at him, so I don't know, splat?
Just kind of like underneath it, and it's like the bones are like crunched up like this, like under the skull. Very cool. Okay, so that's
Have you ever
2
seen
actions.
a crushed hand?
I'm going to say no. Not in real life.
That's good.
That's good.
You do have 1 action left. Please don't use it to describe said crushed hand.
Okay, I'll try not to. I don't really have anything that's 1 action to do.
You can recall knowledge. You can intimidate. You can,
Cast shield.
Take cover.
yeah.
Drop prone.
Yeah, drop prone in the pit.
Nope.
Right in the flesh
No,
rendering
thank
pit.
you.
Crit, wow.
Actually,
It's like
I
crowd
have a-
surfing without the crowd.
Actually, I have a sling.
Okay.
Okay, have you drawn that sling? Or is it
No, never
okay.
mind.
I was
I
gonna
will
say,
lose
You
that
could- you
action
could
because
actually-
I'm not getting closer.
Well, you do have. Are you within 5? Oh no, you're not. I was gonna say you could always swing with your staff, even though it is just a staff.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna move so I am on the corner of the pit.
Sure.
So,
Oh dear. This corner?
nope, the other corner.
This corner.
Yes.
oh dear.
Okay, you have
See what you're doing.
speed 30? Or 25. Okay, yeah, you can get there. Because you were
I'm
right next to
setting it for
Lysan.
next round.
Yep. Okay. That you can certainly do that with your 3rd action. Set me up for next round. Hello.
All right.
There's just one of these little tiny
I
3
know.
finger hands
I'm like,
left.
I don't want to throw anything too big at it because I have a feeling
only
we're
one.
nowhere near the end of things.
Just kill it.
Well, so I'm looking. I'm like, I want to do hunting him, but I think anywhere I go, I'm hitting somebody.
Yeah.
Probably.
Please don't do that again.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. Please don't do that again.
Yeah.
I'm too close.
I don't. I'm trying to say, like, I don't, because I don't want to pull. I don't want to burn my spells.
No.
I don't care to do some cantrips.
I mean,
So the only thing.
I used a cantrip.
Yeah, I'd say hunting him is my only attacking
Sure.
or damage dealing cantrip.
Sure.
But then who's I guess who's next in initiative order? Mert, is that you again?
It will be
be
Mert,
top,
and you
yeah.
can always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's give I'll give guidance to Mert.
That's
Sure.
exactly what I
Great.
was thinking. Okay, so that's 1
Yeah.
action to do that.
And that's like I said, I don't think this is worth burning a good spell on. So I'm gonna hold
Okay.
delay or whatever we say.
Well, do you?
could-
You've used an action, so you're
Yeah.
in your turn. So delay isn't a thing, but you
Oh, yeah,
could.
yes.
You
Ready
could
in
recall
action.
You could
knowledge.
recall knowledge and figure out what they are.
Sure. Let's see. Let's go with that. What's gonna be my best?
Okay. I'll take religion or undead lore.
They're both equally nothing. Okay.
Okay, so you're not trained in religion.
No.
Okay, and you can't use a lore untrained, so you can roll religion untrained and just see what you get.
Okay.
They're both equally nothing.
14.
Actually, that is enough to know that these are in fact crawling hands.
Hey guys, they're crawling hands.
Pro tip.
Hey, thanks.
So you had to think real hard to figure that out, and it's Mert's turn.
They might be undead.
Right?
They are in fact
dang.
undead.
Way to glean some knowledge there.
All right.
It is
Shocker.
Mert's turn.
Mert is going to swing on the one remaining hand that is
Okay.
disabled on the ground.
How many swings do you get a day?
Yeah. Okay.
All the swings.
I get them all.
He's
Six,
the-
16?
16's
17. Yeah.
17's a hit.
He's the swing master.
That's right. Root
I didn't-
weapon is very scary at low
I
levels.
didn't invent it.
This is cocked. That guy retry. Ooh, another 9. Okay. 20 points of damage.
Okay. You may go ahead and dispatch this one.
Yeah, just bring my greatsword up over my head and then just drop it down. Basically, just like gets stuck into the floor through it.
Okay, it just right down into the floor and quivers one last time and is no more. And as you do that, a couple of heads pop up over these bone walls at the top of the stairs and go, "That's far enough. Stay right where you are."
You still have two actions left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see them okay, can't I, with my light?
Well, let me do some things.
Sure.
You stay right there.
How about no?
Hope you're prepared to meet your maker.
Okay. So this is this.
I got the Mert machine on you.
And this is this.
That's right. Blurt it out.
Okay.
I'm concerned for whatever prep work is taking place.
Just don't mind the man behind the GM screen. Okay, so Mert has 2 actions left, and you do see, like I said, a figure pops its head up over the wall,
Okay,
and he's about right there.
great. But those steps, I can go up and access that, right? Like there's a wall there, but I can.
Yeah, right there in the space between the kind
Yeah.
of the piles of bones that have been, piled up there. The piled piles.
Piled
You
piles.
can go right down the gullet
Okay.
up those stairs, certainly.
Well, considering we know this is a gang hideout, and presumably this is a gang member, I will sudden charge and run up there, right up next to him.
Okay. Does sudden charge have to be in a straight line?
Does not. Says you
Okay.
stride twice and then strike.
That is cool. So, wham. Right up the steps. You want to be here or on the steps?
On the steps is fine.
Okay. And when you get up there, you do see that there is another figure here.
Okay. Cool.
That's far enough. You're absolutely right. Wham!
Back there.
And he seems perfectly friendly, right? Okay, cool.
All of them do. Sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, so,
So,
sudden charging.
I
this
will.
guy.
I'll free action drop mine, and then my strike will be to hug him because he looks really friendly.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. 15.
15 gets him.
Oh. Wow, that is surprising.
Yes.
Ooh.
Fucker.
18 points of damage.
Crunch.
Okay. So he takes this grievous wound from your blade, but is still standing.
Okay, that's me.
And now it's their turn.
Oh boy. I'm having flashbacks to level 1.
He says, "Oh boy."
So
boy.
got those skull bones ready.
I'm in danger.
Okay. So this guy is holding femurs in both hands. So they have him gripped like right under the
Yeah.
that kind of that fourth condyle, that like a grip right under the head of the femur.
Yep.
And the rest of the shaft of the bone has been sharpened
Ooh.
to a point.
Yep.
Okay.
And the first thing he's going to do is something called puncture.
Okay.
So he's going to take one of those bone shards, line it up with your head, and take the other one by the head and try to drive it into your head.
Like ice pick me, basically. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a ghost, so I'm immune to that. So, okay, cool.
It's immune to ice
Try
picking.
something different.
Incorrect, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So this is actually will be against your reflex DC. Which,
Oh, really?
Remind me again what your reflex DC is.
15.
Okay. So it just goes right past your head. It's like he misjudged your height, or maybe he misjudged your etherealness, your incorporealness. And with a growl, he's like, "God damn it!" And we'll just come back around with the point of the other one
Sure.
to just try and strike you with it with his bone shard.
Yeah, especially when I'm raging. I'm kind of erratic in my form, so.
How about a 12 to hit?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I was just checking. Okay, this other one is going to step
Ooh.
and he's just going to, actually before he steps, he's going to take one of those shards and just throw it at you.
Okay.
That's a little better. That's a 19.
Yep, that gets me.
All right. 7 points of piercing damage
Okay.
as this bone just kind of pierces right through your ectoplasmic form and goes sailing off into the darkness. Then he'll step, and then he'll stab with his other hand, as he is wielding 2 of these. Ooh, okay. That's a 22.
Yep.
6 more points of damage.
Okay. Who's furiously writing and erasing over here?
Okay.
Got it.
And now it's Lysander's turn.
Great. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. With 25 feet of movement, I should be able to get all the way up to the front, right there by Mert, right?
You want to stand right next to him?
I can reach that with 25, right?
If you want to stand right next to him, yes.
Yeah. I will stand right there. And then I want to do a 30-foot line with these 2 right here. Are they in line with each other? The one who tried to ice pick him, and then this one in the corner?
Both of these 2?
No,
Yeah.
the one in the corner.
Oh, I see
From
what
me?
you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they would be in a diagonal.
Yeah.
I want to shoot that direction.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to cast Grim Tendrils.
Okay.
They need to give me a Fortitude save.
Okay, we'll start off with the guy with the gray cloak.
Great.
How about a 4?
How about no?
Okay.
That's a critical failure.
Swell.
Well,
And then the one in the back?
Hang on just a second. It's actually an 8, sorry. I was looking at the wrong
That's
stat.
still a critical failure.
Let's, don't rub it in.
You know.
woohoo!
I'm trying my best. Okay.
Thank you.
And then the one that's in the back that's wearing like this kind of checked leather vest, wielding a sword, not
Oh.
2 bone shards.
Okay.
It's almost as if there's a reason they call them the bone shards.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a 22,
22 will make it
but not a critical success.
not a critical success.
Gotcha.
So on a success, they take half damage
Right.
and no persistent bleed.
That's good.
On a failure, they'll take full. On a critical failure, they take double damage and double the persistent bleed.
Oh,
That's not good.
So
jeez.
Refer to episodes 5's on
5, so that's 3 damage there, and that's 8 damage total from the line. So the one in the back will take half,
4.
the one in the front will take 16, and the one in the front will take 2 persistent bleed.
Okay. And the one that is in the front is the one that Mert has already stepped up to
Yep.
and completely ruined with his blade. He
Correct.
was on his last limbs.
Good.
And that's void damage.
So you
It is.
may
It is void damage in case they have any kind of,
you may go ahead and dispatch your foes. These are just so I'll describe them real quick as you walk up to kill them. That
Sure.
way, so you can kind of get a sense of who you're murdering.
Great.
You look them in the eyes.
So these friendly people are just wearing clown outfits. They were on their way to a kid's birthday party.
Yeah, they store their mimes over there.
Right.
They're deaf mimes.
So
Yeah.
Mute. Sorry, mute.
the guys that were in the front with the 2 bone shards are wearing dark leather armor. They have kind of more darker skin tones, but they're painted over with like white face paint. They have their hair dyed black and like streaked back off of their face, and yeah, they're wielding those 2 femurs as weapons. And you may go ahead and dispatch that foe.
Great. So I walk up next to Mert, and I just take my hands and kind of just smash them together in that line direction. And this inky black tendrils just kind of shoot from my hands into that first figure. And as they start to pierce through his body, it pierces through that figure and then on into the guy behind him. And so the guy who's standing there just kind of gets strung up from this necromantic kind of void energy as it pierces through him into the guy behind him.
Sure.
And then as they retract quickly, the guy in the front falls.
Yes, he does. The person that's in the back, when those tendrils hit them, they actually give a scream, and you can tell that this is more of a feminine voice coming from this person, even though they have kind of the checked leather armor, also the white face paint. Their black hair is kind of greased back into like a faux hawk kind of style.
Great.
And that's Lysander?
That's me.
Okay, and it is now her turn. So the first thing she'll do is she's going to cast Inspire Courage.
Okay.
And so she'll do that with a performance. She has this flute in one hand, and she'll play a quick little dirge on this flute. As with the other hand, she kind of makes a gesture, and one of the bones next to her kind of like up in the air, and then boom, flies right at you. That's an 18.
That hits.
So this bone slams into you,
Sure does.
or not a whole lot of damage. Come on. 3 points of damage.
Got it.
And that's it. It's Ophelia's turn.
Love it.
Well,
Thank you.
what I'm gonna do looks a lot like what Lysander just did. I
Hey.
am moving up the stairs, and I'm getting them in a line.
Birds of a feather.
Okay.
I wonder what spell this will be.
So to do that, you're going to have to actually get up the stairs and through the tent. So there's no real space to walk to because you have to actually go through your enemy to get on the other side of them to create that line. So you'll have to tumble through.
Well,
Unless you're going to shoot through your friends.
Please don't do
from
that.
where I can see, like 2 squares over from Lysander, it looks like they're in a line.
Right, but there's a
They
wall.
are, but there's
There's a wall there.
Yeah, you don't have line of sight.
Well, fine. I'm gonna move up to the guy in the red cloak then.
Sure. Like through me.
Okay. So that's going to take you
Somehow.
2 moves to get up there. And yeah, you can move through Mert, no problem, right? So 2
Yeah, 'cause
moves.
I'm Ghost.
2 moves to get there.
Okay. Well then, I'm just gonna bash him in the head with my staff then.
Do it.
Okay. When in doubt,
Bash it out.
bunk the
Yeah.
sword.
Sure, why not?
Ooh.
Not with that.
At least it's not a 1.
That's true.
Not a 1.
Okay.
That's a total of 6.
Okay. That does not hit. Elara.
All right. So,
I feel like it's time for some harsh words.
yes. I'm just saying, which one have we wailed on the least?
I think they're both pretty unharmed, except the one in the corner is taking a little bit of damage, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now, you don't really have line of sight to the one in the corner.
So you can't see the one in the corner, but you can see the
Okay.
one in front of Mert.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that one. I'm in 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, then I'll cast Biting Words.
Okay. Bite away.
All right. Let's
You
see.
wished you were a fleshling.
Yeah. She's gonna say, your disguise looks like shit and you need to get a real weapon.
But we're the bone shards.
Let's see, 14 plus, 21?
21's gonna hit him.
All right.
This guy
With your
looks like
words.
shit.
Okay,
I love
2D,
it.
and it's 2d6,
Oh yeah.
I'm a real fetchling, damn it.
3, so not the best, but
Okay.
I'll still take it.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so that's 2 actions to biting words.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to move up? Do you want to recall knowledge? Do you want
You
to
know what?
cast guidance on somebody?
I'll move up some so that I want to be able to get to the person in the back eventually.
Okay, we'll
Perfect.
put you right there.
Love that.
Okay, great. Next round is Mert.
Okay. This guy right in front of me, he's not going to be there for much longer.
That's right. Mert puts people in the dirt.
Yep. Here we go. Ooh, that's not so great. 13. Oh, 14.
14's a miss.
Okay. I'll swing that, when I swing my greatsword down to the ground, then I'll just basically give him like a shoulder slam, so unarmed. See how that goes. And that is a 10.
Okay.
So, a third action, I'll just reposition the guy in the corner. I'll step through Ophelia to get back to that guy.
So you're just gonna move up to here?
Yeah, that'll be me.
Okay. All right, that brings us to this bone shard. Tough. It's got a couple targets in front of him. You tried to bonk me with your staff,
I did.
so I'm gonna try to puncture you
And
with
I'm
my
a real
bone
live
shards.
fletchling.
And actually, I do because I need 2 in my hands. I'm gonna have to take an action to draw one. And now, bam.
Down.
Okay. What is your fort DC?
14.
I'm sorry, reflex DC. That's not that
16.
bad. 16.
It's so much better than my fort.
Okay. That's a really dumb strategy. Okay. It's Lysander's turn.
Great. I'll take one
Wait,
action.
what happened?
I'll take one action and I will move.
Tried to drive that spiked femur with the other. He drew the other one and bam, tried to spike you with it and just completely whiffed.
Oh,
I'll take one action and I will bring Remy into the spot that Mert was in.
Okay.
I will rip that metal ring off my chest and I'll shoot shrapnel of needle darts at this person in front of me.
The one right in front of you. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Boop. Uh, 17.
17 hits.
Great. So 1, 4, 7. That's 7 damage, piercing damage.
Okay.
And are they susceptible to the rot from... Oh, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Because... No, he can use his one move. If I tell him to use, for my one action, I can tell him to use his support benefit, and he gets a movement to move into place.
Okay.
Are they immune to the damage from
They are not.
Remy? Great. So they will take an extra d6 damage. That's an extra 5.
Okay. I don't like that. I changed my mind.
So as I smash this ring and the shrapnel slams into this figure, you see these metal shards slam into his chest, and just as they pass through this aura of like nasty filth that's surrounding Remy, you just see this wound as it lands just turn kind of just instantly just festers and just kind of goes feral. It's awesome and I love it.
Okay.
My turn's done.
It is. All right. That will bring us to the female in the corner with the checkered vest.
Checkered vest.
She's going to draw out a short sword.
No.
And she's going to stab Mert.
I will say, to be fair, you did say she had it in her hand already when
There
you
was
described it to me.
Oh, that's
So,
true. Yeah.
If you didn't want to, I'm just
Because she had a flute, and then she did the telekinetic projectile, but she did have...
Right.
Thank you.
You know,
Thanks for keeping me honest. So, first action,
stab Mert.
25.
Yep, it gets me.
My God.
Okay. But not a critical.
No, definitely not.
Fine.
I want to live to the end of the round. Thank you.
Yeah. Take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Then, with the other hand, she's
Again.
going to gesture another bone to just fly off the pile and smack into you.
Okay.
So they attack trait, so that's going to
Yep.
take the map. Ooh, this is a 14.
Nope. So I duck that.
Sorry, 16.
Still duck that.
Got it.
unfortunately.
Neat. And then, let's see, what's she going to want to do? I think she's still fairly confident. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. She'll try to intimidate you.
Ooh.
Rain.
Yeah. So whatever she says is like ridiculously worthless. Ophelia,
But what does she say?
I am going to
I'm gonna
use.
kill you.
I'm going to use Kith to deliver fear.
Okay. Was he flying around already, or was he attaching mode?
I can take I'll take my action to bring him off of
Okay.
my body and
Wow. Okay.
put
That's
him.
super cool.
He basically delivers fear
I love it.
to her.
Yeah. So one
Area.
action, it'll come off. You cast the spell, which is I think 2 of them, right? 2 actions for fear.
I am not sure. I don't have it on here. He has fear.
Oh. he
Oh,
has.
okay. So you just need to basically command him, and he'll do it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Okay. So he goes off to do that.
I love that. That's great.
I gotta look up fear.
This
but
is a.
He's gonna cast fear.
Okay. So while you're doing that, this tattoo of this black prehistoric reptile with bat-like wings crawls off of your shoulder, and then starts flying. Where is he flying?
Above her head.
So over here in the towards the female. That's
And how big is Kith?
He's tiny.
Tiny?
yeah, just
Okay.
a little tiny little creature.
I love it. Just like spider crawls
it's-
down your arm and then
30-foot radius. It's a will save.
30-foot radius.
All
30 foot. It's 30 foot.
Oh, I was
Range
like-
is 30 foot.
I was like,
Sorry.
We're all going down.
Attempts a will save.
Okay.
So he doesn't really even need to move. He can just come right off and shoot it right away.
Yeah, unless he wants to fly over there, that's perfectly fine too.
That's a hard no for me.
So a will save.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
I believe it goes off of my DC.
It can go off of either one because it's a 27.
Oh, well, fine.
I think as a critical success.
That's terrible. I hate that.
It is not a critical if it's going off of mine because it's an 18.
Oh,
It'd have to be a 28 to be a critical success.
Right, right. But do we know it's off of yours or if is it off the creature's? If the creature's the one casting the spell.
Well, it's through me or from him.
Sure.
It's,
Okay, so your creature doesn't have its own spell DC and spell attack modifier then.
Right.
Okay, then
Not
it's
on
not a
here.
critical. And I succeeded, but I'm still going to be something, right? What's the success tier?
Frightened 1.
ooh,
There you go.
Okay, that's still
no good.
sucky.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are wondering, Frighten is going to be a status penalty to all checks and all DCs, and that includes my armor class. Very cool. Even on a failure, I'm going to eat
And
a
you
little
still
bit.
have one action, correct?
You
Because
sure do.
Spent 1 to bring it off and 1 to command it.
That elusive one action.
Yeah.
Third action, you gotta figure out something to do with it,
Fall
man.
prone. You can bonk with your staff. You haven't attacked yet.
I know, but she's all the way over there.
Oh, but
And-
you do have this guy
that
right
guy
here.
is right in front of me, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Oh yeah, he's still
Sure.
standing.
I want to bonk him again.
Okay.
I want to bonk him.
Do it.
I think that that bonk may take map though. I think that your animal
It
companion or
doesn't matter.
familiar.
I rolled a
think,
1.
Oh my.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think you share map when you're using your companion.
That is correct.
I still rolled a 1.
Yeah.
You can
Either
choose the
way.
result, but
I still
So we'll
rolled
take
a 1.
-5 off.
I'm
the
just trying to
critical
save the
failure.
actually. That's all.
Much apprecited.
Yep.
Okay, this is a melee. Okay. Shield crash. Uh-oh, your attack deals normal damage to your shield, which you are not wearing, so it's just a
Correct.
big old whiff.
Whiff.
Okay.
It's a whiff.
Not bad. All right, Alara.
All right, well, time for more biting words.
Yeah.
Again?
Love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
man.
can use it in a single action this time.
You're just you're on a comedy streak now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she's
It's getting roasted.
she's gonna say, and without your disguise, you're even uglier.
Oh, dang.
Well, how do you know?
And that'll be another 21.
Oh,
That hits.
wow.
But maybe maybe the damage will go a bit better.
Maybe.
Let's see. No. 1.
No, and
5. 6.
6.
6 total.
Okay, so with your biting words,
oh boy.
you may dispatch your foe.
It's over crying.
Yes, he does. He crumbles into a.
My mom always said I was ugly.
That's why I
My
joined the
moves were
game.
all I had, and he starts weeping uncontrollably and collapses to the ground and
Dying of embarrassment.
Yes.
is dying of embarrassment.
Okay,
Crawled into the couch and died.
I love it.
it's Mert's turn.
So I've been swinging that long sword the great sword pretty wildly, and then I'm just gonna basically tilt it level and then just go to pierce right at her. Against basically pin her to the wall.
Oh no, don't do that.
Please stop.
We need one alive.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was supposed to keep one alive.
16.
16's a miss.
Okay.
Even with her negatives?
So
Yes.
basically
Okay.
just miss past her, and my sword will hit up against the wall, and then I'll use that to almost prop myself up and put my one leg up, and then just basically shove her against the wall with a kick.
Okay.
So I'll give a kick. And I miss with that too.
Okay. You have
So
one action.
man, I'm really doing good things here. Oh, what the heck? I'll try to demoralize her.
Okay, why not?
Oh, how about a 4? I'm so scary. Ooh.
So we're both kind of like.
I'm a ghost.
Okay.
Your name is Casper.
Oh, so scary. Lysander.
Oh, I'm so scared. Oh boy, I love it. I love it.
Lysander.
All right, Lysander is going to command Remy to do his support action, which gives him the movement, and he's going to take essentially just get within 10 foot of her, because she's currently not. And then I'm going to cast needle darts at her.
I gotta keep her alive.
Okay.
Dragging the stick.
You may fire when ready.
Be fire when ready. 17.
17's a miss. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's a hit.
Great. So
She's still frightened.
She sure is.
4, 6, and
Come on with this.
11 damage.
11 damage. Okay.
As I crush the ring,
Worse than I thought.
shrapnel flies through.
Is that with the extra 1d6?
Yep. And the filth and rot of Remy pierces through whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she. Oh,
That's going to be
Gorgeous.
infected. That's me.
okay. And it's her turn, and she kind of like falls to one knee and looks up at you. Oh, you already killed Osuk. You killed all of them. I'm the only one left. Please, please. I surrender. Stop. It's not worth it. And we'll see what happens with that after the break.
Oh,
man.
Okay.
bullshit.
I know, right? It's just, yeah, we get right to the good part.
I know.
And it's break time.
No.
But we got to, let everybody stretch your
That's
legs.
right. That's true.
Yep.
That's
And,
true.
don't go anywhere out there watching. I'm going to hang out and take a look at chat. We'll talk a little bit about some of the cast.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And then when we get back,
You're good.
we'll see what happens here with this captive.
I did not see any questions in chat, so
Okay.
well, now we have one.
All right.
We do have a YouTube saying, "What up, Pat?"
Oh, hey.
That is
Well, John wants to know how you
Gungler.
come up with the personas for the NPCs.
That's you said Gungler on YouTube? Was that the YouTube name? Gungler?
Yep.
Okay, I know what that is. Thanks for tuning in, Richie. Appreciate it. So how do I come up with the personas? Sometimes it's just looking at the picture. Sometimes, so if there is artwork for the NPC in the book, sometimes I will take a look at that picture and just kind of feel what that character presents itself to me. And then I kind of read like what their role is in the campaign, whether they're like a recurring NPC, if they're going to be an important kind of piece of the story, or if they're going to be just, an encounter. And then I kind of just have a library. I don't know if I'd call it a library. I kind of have like a Rolodex maybe of like personas and voices that I just kind of like pull out on the fly most of the time. Other times I kind of pre-plan, like, okay, this person looks like this. I think when I see them, when I picture them in my mind, when they enter the scene, this is how I hear them in my mind. So that's kind of the process for me. I don't know. I don't know how other GMs do it, but that's what I do. And if it's one of my own characters, I try to do the same thing, like how I picture that persona, that voice, some personality traits. But yeah, most of it is just pulling it out of my butt. Which I think is the case for most GMs, right? Unless it's like a very, like Berlin Haldoli, for example. That was somebody I kind of studied and, really thought about how I wanted to present them. Ortegar Stitchskull, which oddly enough, Ortegar Stitchskull, for the longest time, I had a voice in my head of how I wanted to present him. And that's how I was going to roll. I was practicing that accent. I was practicing that voice at home. I was watching videos to like coach my voice that way. And then I got to the table, I saw the picture come up on the monitor, and I was like, nope, this is the voice. And I just kind of fell out, and that's what stuck. So love him or hate him, that's Ortegar Stitchskull from now on, in our campaign at least. In your campaign, it might be different. I might talk like Donald Duck, I don't know. Hopefully not. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, while the cast is away, you may notice that one of our cast members who was with us at the start of the show is not at the table again this evening. Persephone Grace, our resident tiefling vampire, at the end of the last episode, when they were leaving the empty threshold, the temple to Zon Kuthon in Grey Dirge, she was pulled aside. Ortegar had a message specifically for her. He told her that he had a lead on her creator, and that Berlin had mentioned to him that one of Persephone's driving goals was to find her creator and confront him. And how that plays out, we may find out, we may not. But Sarah is not going to be on the show for the foreseeable future, so Persephone Grace has exited the story for now and is in pursuit of a lead to track down her creator. Just a little bit of behind the scenes, Persephone hailed actually from Nex. She actually grew up in Nex and was a barmaid and was approached by someone one evening, and one thing led to another, and they spent the night together, and she never really woke up from that rendezvous. However, when she did finally come to, she realized that something drastically had changed in her, and she realized at that point that she was now an undead. She was, in fact, a vampire. And knowing what she knew of the war between Nex and Geb, and that Geb was an undead nation, she sought out answers in Geb. So took a very big risk crossing the mana wastes into Geb to track down her maker. And this is the first lead she's gotten, so she's going to pursue that lead for the foreseeable future. So Sarah, if you are watching out there, we wish you all the best, and maybe we'll see you again someday. Yeah, if you're out there watching, is that what you're asking? If
Yep.
the volume out there is
Yep.
low for people? The sound mix. If you think that the volume is quiet, just let us know. We can make some adjustments here on the fly. It is a live show, so we can do that right now.
Yeah.
Rich, if you're doing okay out there on YouTube, let us know that sounds good out there as well. And anybody that is out there watching, by the way, I know I say this ad nauseum, but please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us quite a bit, and it helps us continue to grow our organization here and continue to develop and bring you new content. I don't think we would have been able to bring you this second show if it hadn't been for you guys out there supporting us as we played through the Soul Severed campaign. So thank you out there for doing that so far. And if you can, please continue to do so.
That's right. You want to...
Yeah, I think most of the cast is kind of making their way back, so I'm going to kind of shuffle out for a little bit.
Sure.
And I'm going to get into the headspace of your prisoner.
Haha. Did you see those comments there?
Yeah. So I have the volume set at 100% for this, and the music in YouTube at 15%, and the sound is the same volume. Huh. Well, I do know that we, some of the equipment that we use as we record, there is some internal processing to some of the stuff that we have. I do know that when I master things down, like when I record critical knowledge and things like that, when we use kind of the same equipment that we use on the weekly shows, I do have to go in and pump the volume on the back end of what I record on those things as well. I'm positive that it's something to do with a piece of the equipment that we have. I think it's cutting some of the sound as it's going out, and we just don't have the way at the moment without peaking and causing terrible other issues that you would run into if we just blasted the volume. But I think we have a piece of software, or a piece of hardware, I mean, that is cutting the volume as it comes out into you guys, out as we push it out to stream. So we'll do the best we can. We'll move microphones closer. We'll do those kind of things that we can do within our control. But we'll look at it in an environment where we can kind of pick it apart and maybe figure out what the issue is. We also have I mean, not that you guys necessarily hear it, but we also have an underlying buzz that we're trying to hunt down that sneaks up on us every now and then, that we're trying to figure out where that goes. So we have a little bit of things we're working on, but man, you should have heard us 2 years ago in the audio quality that we had then.
Yeah, and I think that's part of, we're trying to find that sweet spot where it's loud enough for everybody to hear really well, but also we're not getting the kind of feedback that we were in earlier episodes when we had everything cranked.
Yeah,
we were getting a lot of buzz and feedback, and we're in a good place where the audio sounds good. We just gotta continue to fine tune it and get a little louder. So
yep. It's
a continual process, and you guys also help us do that, right? If we need a certain converter or whatever to get the sound the right way, you guys are the way to getting that, so we can improve it. So.
For sure. So while we have the audience held hostage here while we're waiting on Patrick to come back, right? Last weekend I put out an episode of Critical Knowledge, and at the end of that episode. We talked about the 10 events that kind of helped shape Galarian, which is the world that we're playing in. So if you haven't seen that, first of all, go check that out. It's super good. I may be a little biased, but I think it's a really good starting point for some of these events that shape this world that we're playing in. And I asked at the end of that episode what other eras or what other areas or countries or cities or people would you like us to kind of break down, because ultimately, I want you guys to be involved in the content that we're making. Yeah. And if someone says, hey, go break down Absalom City,
sure,
if I break down Absalom City, you're going to watch the video because you requested us to break down Absalom City, right? Yep. So this is kind of a give and take here. You tell us what you want to watch and we'll make it. It's this open door kind of policy here. So we also have a Discord channel that you can join that we kind of use to help gather those ideas. So if you don't catch us live on Monday or Tuesday, you can drop into Discord, any day during the week and just say, hey, I've watched this video, that's a month old, and I think you guys should do this or whatever.
Yep.
So it's a great way to keep in contact with us. I know most of the cast is in there at least every day, if not every other day or every few days. But someone is always in that Discord because my phone blows up
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, and I think lore-related questions is definitely stuff you can hit us with. There's the Pathfinder wiki is super expansive, but if you have something specific you want us to hunt up, be happy to do it. And for the Tuesday show that's set in the homeworld world of Iota Dree, that's also a great place to get your lore questions answered because there's not a Iota Dree wiki yet. So
correct.
Still a great place to get that info.
Working on it and the lore.
But hey, getting to have a personal conversation with one of the cast is probably the best way to get that information, and that builds a connection. So.
And I know.
I'll be there.
Yep.
And I know that it was brought to me as an idea, but unfortunately, I know that Ginny is super busy outside of what we do on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
But it was brought to me as an idea to kidnap Ginny for a couple of episodes of Critical Knowledge and touch base on some of that lore of Iota Dree. Granted, it's a little more, I guess, pointed because you're talking about a world that only we know about, or only the chat would know about. But it's a cool idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe good.
We can do that.
I'm always here.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I'm
So-
gonna start making my bot account so that we can talk about Realm of the Mammoth Lords and dinosaurs and
Let's go.
all the paleo nerd stuff I want to nerd out on.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
so-
you got a dimorphodon. Love it.
There's all kinds of things that we'll explore, and obviously, with the relationship, the way that content creation works, right? If you like the stuff that we're producing, so let's say you really love Lore Check that we're doing, where we're digging into this lore and it's real, beefy and giving you some hard background stuff. If you like that, just like the content, drop a comment. Hey, this is great. I love this. Tell me what you like about it, and we'll keep doing the same things that that's successful.
Absolutely.
Let's say you don't like Lore Check and you
Sure.
think, I don't really care about the background of Galarian. Man, watch the video. Give me a thumbs down. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Actually, all it does is it tells me one way or the other, what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, I think ultimately what we want to do is build a community with you guys involved, right? We don't want to just send this out here
Absolutely.
into the ether. We want to connect with you guys and nerd out about tabletops, nerd out about Pathfinder as a system, nerd out about Galarian as a world, nerd about Iota Dree as a world.
Yeah.
So you guys are what make that organic evolution take place.
All right, thanks for bringing up the critical knowledge because, that's a great thing to tune into. Just real quick, a little less than 10-minute kind of spot check on, anything Pathfinder. We talked a little bit about conversions from 5e, and now we're kind of diving into the Galarian lore, and that's such a rich...
I'll even mention here real quick, we've had some comments that on those videos of people saying, hey, convert this for me or show me this. And I went in and I dug that stuff up. Now, there were some of them that isn't a direct connection. Like there's not a monster that is from D&D to Pathfinder. But I was able to dig up some stuff to where it feels pretty close, and you could just skin it the way you want it, right? So if you have stuff like that as we go through, even if you stumble upon the video months later, like I still get the notifications. We still get the notifications of those questions that you ask, and I will continue to convert things and build stat blocks and help you do whatever you need to do if you want to take your D&D game to 2E for sure.
Yep. Yeah, you can always hit us in the Discord, or like you said, on the YouTube video itself would be a great place to hit us up.
For sure. Hey, welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back. Except it's not so good to be back because I'm now a prisoner. My NPC is now a prisoner.
What makes you think Mert's not just going to continue hacking at her?
Okay. Well,
cool.
She has dropped to one knee and said, "Please, no more. You already killed. I'm the last one. Please stop."
Yeah.
Wow, Mert.
It is
now you're
technically,
acting like Lysander and I.
Well, Mert doesn't act like Mert when he's in his rage,
Mert's here to
it's
hurt.
almost like he's a different person altogether.
It is Ophelia's turn if we're going to stay initiative style.
Yeah. Well, Mert's doing his erratic whatever. So I think talk to Mert. Let Mert stand down.
Okay. No.
Mert turns around and stabs you with a sword.
Pop him on the head.
With that runic weapon still rolling.
Yeah.
Bad Mert. Bad.
Do you know who you're talking to?
None of that happened. And I got to rewind a second and apologize because I think Jacob was saying something about Mert and like what mindset Mert is in right now. So
Yeah. Yep.
go ahead, let's continue with that. And I just wanted to, we are still in initiative.
No, I think that you're totally on it. That Ophelia, if Ophelia takes a moment to say, stop, don't go too far. Basically, like stop what you're doing. He'll take a moment to come out of rage and come back to normal Mert. And just be like, oh, yes, we're supposed to take prisoners. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking that moment to say, Mert,
Yeah.
Okay.
don't kill her.
What does Alara do?
She wasn't going to attack more. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll. Does Mert look like he's calming down at this point?
He seems to be. Yeah. You know
Okay.
that he's raring to go right after you.
It's my secret. I'm always raging.
Okay.
Yeah, just an
I don't
inside.
think I need to do anything for Mert then.
And despite all that, you're still just a halfling ghost in a cage.
I'm gonna make. Now she told us there's nobody else there. But are we able to actually see that there's nobody else?
Yeah, the only two. Yeah, so you could see,
We can
at
see the
least
whole area
from
now,
your perspective at the bottom of the stairs. There is that the two that were kind of flanking the staircases. Those two are they're definitely dead.
Okay.
They're bleeding out on the ground. They're done for. And she said, "You've killed them. I'm the last one."
Okay. Just want to make sure there was no other surprises around. Then I think.
If you want to sense motive on her to see if she's telling the truth about being the last one, you can do that.
And that's a perception.
It is.
Yeah.
My old one-y brain.
Let's go for that.
Okay.
Because I can't go up and like. It would take me 10 minutes if I'm gonna like handcuff or anything. So.
Sure. Yeah. I want you to hold
15.
still for just a.
Yeah. Stay right there.
Just wait. A couple more
a few
minutes.
more minutes.
So yeah, you can certainly use perception to sense motive to determine if she is being truthful about the fact that I'm the last one and I'm
Okay.
giving up.
Yeah. Because I don't. Yeah. I'm a little concerned.
Better be giving up.
I mean.
She's got problems if she doesn't.
She can
Yes,
take
he
it.
does.
So what would that be modified at all? Just for,
Five.
It's your perception.
okay.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
over.
7. So that's So that'd be 16.
Okay. Yeah, you looking around, you do know that at least in the obvious kind of view, she is in fact the last one. She does look frightened. She is kneeling down on one knee, clutching this festering wound on her, on her flank,
Yeah.
and has one hand up. The sword has been dropped.
Okay.
Yeah,
No offense, but she is already frightened.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
okay.
I mean, at the end of my turn,
Like,
it
well,
goes down
someone else-
one.
And then so she'll just say, someone else is gonna have to get her.
What? Say again. I'm sorry.
No, Lars is gonna say someone else is gonna have to get her, but I think we're good here.
Okay. And that'll bring us to Mert then.
Okay.
What does Mert decide to do?
That's a great question. I would like to swap my greatsword for a length of rope,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna have to look at somebody in the party to say, we need to tie her up. But I also am going to, call out to her like, I guess I can't really give a diplomacy or anything like that, right? Because this is still like kind of encountery.
Yeah, still in counter mode
Yeah.
right now.
So at least just call out to her. It's like, fine, if you surrender, we accept it. But we'll have to tie you up and take you back to our employer.
And when you say that, her eyes kind of widen. And she looks at the incorporeal rope dangling from your incorporeal hands.
It's like throw it at her and just goes right through her. Yeah.
No, just please
How about
Somebody had some really good shine.
don't.
That's right.
There's no need there's no need for all of that. Please just I'll tell you what you need to know and just let me go. There's nothing left for me here. My friends are all dead. She killed them all. She killed all of us. Almost.
What do you mean she?
talking about Kepgetta.
Kepgetta?
Yeah, she apparently got wind that we were passing ourselves off as fetchlings and didn't take very kindly to it. We thought it was we thought we had a good game running. We just played local merchants off each other, ran errands, small stuff, nothing. We didn't think we'd draw too much attention to us. But we disguised ourselves as fetchlings to make people think that we had powerful shadow magic and that our hideouts would be protected. This just didn't work. She came here, she killed us all, nearly to a man. Most of us, the first thing she did, she chopped off all of our hands, well, all of their hands. I still have mine, clearly. And then some of them she just slaughtered outright and turned them into zombies right in front of us. And the ones that didn't take well enough, she cooked them. She cooked them and called them the leftovers, like they were just meat. Just I got more than I bargained for. I just please. You won't hear anything else from me. I'll tell you what you need to know. Just let me go.
Who is she? Where did she come from?
Where did she go?
She
Really?
came here with a minion called Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe cut off all our hands.
Oh, no.
But she came here with a bunch of her own gang, basically. The three-fingered hand. She took us over, even though she already had a retinue of her own. I mean, she had humans, she had zombies, she even had a few ghouls working with her, but they all had that three-fingered hand emblazoned on their cloaks. They all wore red cloaks, except she didn't. She was the boss. She was the boss. I don't know where she came from. I don't think she's from Grey Dirge. I'd never seen her.
Is she a fleshling? Is that why she was mad?
No, that's the weird thing. I don't think she is. She had long fingernails, and the middle finger of her right hand was missing. And her eyes, they're different colors, unsettlingly different. She kept saying she wanted the key. She just wanted the key. For a while, I didn't know what she was talking about, and yeah, something about the key. The key was to the bank. I didn't know what she was talking about.
So how did you get mixed up with her then if she's looking for a key that obviously you, I would assume, are the leader of this group? Why did she take it out on you? How did she end up with
She said that she was offended that we tried to pass ourselves off as masters of shadow magic fetchlings. She said that we would pay for that, shadow magic isn't a thing for playing pretend, and she has a way of putting her enemies to better use.
See.
And then when she described the key, I figured it out. We did have a key. So she took it. And she cooked some of them alive. Some of them were still alive when she cooked them. So she just kept calling them the leftovers. Yes.
So what do you want to, talking to the group here, just kind of like right in front of her, what do we want to do? Are we going to take her back?
We should have her show us the leftovers.
Sure. What? You want to see the leftovers? She left them in the cauldron in the chamber over there.
Well,
But
come with us.
I wouldn't. Oh, please. I'm very badly hurt, and I think I might still be taking persistent bleed damage or something. I don't know. No, it's just festering. It's just, it's already starting to stink.
It's fine.
God.
It's just a flesh wound.
Now, do you know where she went?
I don't know.
She took their key, and I'm assuming she's going to the bank.
What does the key look like?
This key that she took, once she described it, I knew that we got it as a reward from some collector for doing a job. It was, I don't know what she really wanted with it, but it was basically a very ornate key that it was made out of granite, and the shaft was carved to look like a spine, like a skeleton spine. And when she finally described it, I knew what she was talking about. And I gave it to her, and she still killed them all.
Is there any of her crew still down here?
No, just the leftovers to remind us of our failure and those damnable hands to keep us stuck here. Those things attacked us anytime we tried to leave.
You shouldn't have to worry about them anymore.
I know, we saw. We watched.
And you still attacked us.
But we didn't know who you were, but we thought maybe you were trying to take over our territory. This is all we had left.
The territory of 3 tents.
They're good tents. But you didn't even find any rips in any of them. Okay? You tried living down here.
I will. I'll stretch my hand out towards her.
Oh, does this ever
And-
stop?
My hand will shake, and I will heal her for 6.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it sure is. As this kind of necromantic green energy leaps from my body to her, and the wounds just begin to stitch themselves closed.
Thank you. Thanks. Will the affection pass?
Yeah, if you treat it.
Okay. I'll have to. Please, I told you what I know. Just let me go.
Well,
I got nothing left here. Everybody's dead. What am I gonna do? Be a gang of one? Join one of the other gangs? They
Smallest
already.
gang possible?
your future is not up to me. I healed you because I think that I didn't want to have to carry you out. So you can show us the leftovers per the request of our good friend Mert there. And then after that, I believe we have a task to bring you to our employer.
Oh, who is that? Who?
If I divulged that information, I would be a bad employee.
It's worth a shot.
We do appreciate the all of the information that you gave us willingly. For that, you received the healing, and you are feeling much better. Yes.
I'm alive. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
We specifically were instructed to bring any survivors back to him. But we'll certainly put in a good word, considering how you shared with us.
So you're saying it's a him? Okay.
Yeah, narrowing it down slowly but surely.
Yeah, just half of the city.
I'm on to you, Ghost Man.
I'm sure that he'll take very good care of you.
Is he wearing glasses?
That's right.
Does he have a hat? A mustache?
Oh, that's good.
Does he live in a temple? Damn it!
If he was a tree. So I'll show you where the leftovers are, but follow me. I'll show you. And so she takes you over to this chamber, and she comes to the wall here. And she says, just the cauldron's around there.
The other figures that are laying there on this, like that platform, are they dead? Like
Other figures laying on
the guy,
The guys,
they're dead.
they've expired.
Yep. They failed all those checks.
did they?
Yep.
Because I can wake them up. If they didn't fail them, I can wake them up, and she could have friends.
No, they're dead.
Okay.
Very concerned about her
Remember,
social life.
you said they were dead. I was willing to save them.
Understood.
Okay, great. Here
But
we
in the time you were talking to her and capturing them, they failed all those.
go. They failed all those.
Failed
Failed all
all
those
those
recovery,
things.
all those rolls.
Love it.
You only need, i.e., you only need one prisoner.
Hey, extra credit. We're gonna go check out that cauldron.
It's just over there.
Let's go.
Right in there.
Oh, you don't just drop us off. That's not how this works. Yep. You lead the way. We'll walk with you.
All right.
Yep.
So she starts walking into the room.
Mm-hmm.
With everyone in tow? Everyone's coming in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And in exactly that position. Right at the back.
Okay. So she starts walking in front of this pile of bones here. They start to shift, and it starts collapsing. I'll need everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't want to make this save, whatever this is.
As this pile of bones, that's like I said, piled up nearly 15 feet high, almost to the ceiling, starts to collapse. And 5 feet in front of that pile of bones, it spreads out. So that's going to basically capture her, Mert, and the Remington.
Thank you.
The Remington.
Yeah.
I'll need a reflex save.
Sure.
She'll get one too because
Just
she's
those
there.
three?
Just those three, because as the pile collapses, it kind of spreads out like an avalanche, and it doesn't reach the three in the back.
Okay.
What did Mert get?
19.
Okay.
Rumi has an 11.
Okay. So everybody is going to fail, and is
What?
going to get.
A 19 is a fail?
It is.
Gosh.
To level 2. So this massive pile of bones collapses in a torrent of skeletal remains, and everyone's going to take some bludgeoning damage.
Super.
Here we go. Oh boy.
Our prisoner might die.
What did you roll?
37 damage.
Excuse me, what?
As this pile of bones just clatters down. 15-foot tall pile of bones clatters down on the space and does 37 damage to that entire area. So that was going to put her into dying 1,
That put Mert into dying 1.
Mert into dying 1. And I'm guessing Remington is just
He crumples.
destroyed.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
He'll be back.
BRB.
How many thumbs you got?
My
We already know that's a flavor thumb.
Yeah. Flavor
Okay.
thumb.
All right, so I think we need to roll for initiative.
What?
Yeah,
Flavor thumb. What the hell?
because
It's not that kind of stream.
for now in rounds,
Yeah.
it's going to be some initiative.
well,
Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
you're dead.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, you're going to end up
Sorry.
being right. You're going to end up being right after this
Yeah.
this thing.
Yep.
This thing doesn't really. Okay, so the three in the back. Lysander, what'd you get?
14.
Ophelia.
14.
Okay, Alara.
21.
Okay, who's deferring between Lysander and?
I will let Lysander go first.
Okay.
You would.
I would.
Okay.
I definitely would.
So when you get the dying condition, you jump right before the thing that made you die.
Correct.
So that's going to be Mert and this person. So we're going to make this pile. Okay, so Mert, dying 1. Go ahead and make a recovery check.
You got it. And that's just a flat check, right?
Yeah, so the DC is 10 plus your dying condition.
There's a 7. Yeah, I'll not make it this turn.
Okay, so that'll drop you
Dying
to
two.
dying 2.
Yep.
And then your prisoner will do the same thing. Okay. The pile of bones doesn't really do anything else. So what does Lysander do?
Lysander will cast a 3-action heal. Or harm. 3-action harm.
Okay.
She's living.
Are you gonna exclude her?
I will.
I don't think he can.
Oh, you're the only one that's ours that's down, right?
Yeah.
I'll do a 2-action heal. Or harm.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're within reach. He's not completely buried in bones. He just
Right.
got battered down to the ground with them.
Sure.
Yep.
Like cream, I rise to the top, just floating right above.
Yeah, right.
That's weird. That's weird.
Ectoplasmic
That is
cream.
weird.
A pile of bones with like this bluish goo just seeping to the top.
So that will be. You take back 15.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
And I am wounded 1.
That was 2 actions for the 2nd level harm. 1 action, I will do nudge the scales and heal her.
Okay. And that's,
She gets 6.
6 now.
Yes.
Okay.
And now my body looks frail and small and very weak as I'm curse-bound 2.
Yeah. Ophelia. So Mert is technically prone, and so is your prisoner. And he's not there.
You be careful.
I'm going to try to pick up the prisoner and pull her back.
Okay. Yeah, give me an athletics then.
I have no strength, but sure. That is a 12.
Yeah, so she's not really fighting you. So I'm going to go ahead and let you just kind of grab her and yank her up to her feet.
Oh no, we're moving back away from the pile.
Okay. So that's like a reposition. So you have to kind of do the same thing.
That's fine.
And I don't know if she.
Presumably she'd be willing, right? I mean,
Yeah, we'll just say you do that.
You're not gonna willingly move away from the pile that just
no,
killed you.
I want to die now, please.
All right, go right ahead.
Kill my boyfriend. Okay, so.
Plenty of dead fish in the sea.
Yeah. Laura.
Yeah, are we can? Yeah, I was. So the pile's not moving anymore.
Currently is not, no.
Okay, I'm still gonna go get Mert, because I can touch Mert.
Hey, that's true.
I can get Mert.
Okay, so you move up to grab Mert and
Yes.
just kind of stand him up.
Yep.
I am certainly willing to be drug away.
Okay,
Yes, and I'll get you out of there.
I'm certainly willing to be drug away.
Please
We'll
get me
kinda
out of
do
here.
Okay.
Our friend can lay there. Or
You have to like
captive.
scoop, you have to like scoop me up because I'm like my form is.
yeah. I guess so. Like
You
scooping you into a like a dust pan.
That's right.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get you a bucket.
I've definitely I'm coming back too, so I'm, mostly in halfling form.
You need to incorporate a bucket and write Mert on
Mert
the
on
side of
it.
it.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not. That's mean.
It's only for when he.
I do
Goes
have a
to a
cooking pot,
puddle.
so I don't think I would fit in it though.
I imagine you kind of like sticking together like a slime.
Yeah. It's all good.
So there's room for Jello.
I just all ghosts are made of Jello. That's what I've heard from
Yeah.
them.
Some are pudding, some are jello.
I hate it, and wouldn't be opposed either.
It's not. That's just going dangerously into Bill Cosby territory. So let's just move on.
Hey, somebody's just wet dry back.
Alara
Oh god.
pulls Mert back out, and as she's pulling him back out, she notices out of the corner of her eye this strange thing has now started to move out of the corner towards the group.
What the fuck is that?
Watch out.
Guys, we're not alone here.
It's a Mert puddle. Wait. Sorry.
That's not me. I'm back here.
It's red.
I'm back here.
It's a red Mert puddle.
So this looks like this mass of roiling, kind of pinkish red
Leftover.
flesh. There's bones sticking out of it. There are eyes that kind of bubble up to the top and blink and go back inside of it. There is a weird hand missing a finger that kind of slurps along, pulls it along the ground, and it makes this horrific kind of sound as it's moving towards the party.
Gross.
Hey. Yeah.
Lysander, you're in its vision.
Yeah, I see that. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Right, so that's one. And now this area is all difficult terrain,
Right.
where this collapsed, which actually is technically this area.
Not for me and Alara.
That's true. So it kind of splorts along and then comes within multiple eyes bubbling up again
Gross.
and kind of blinks towards Lysander.
So does this have insides, or is it insides?
Yeah. No.
Sorry. What? To which one?
All of the above. And then it's going to kind of like pucker its flesh and like shoot this glob of boiling hot oil at Lysander.
Oh.
Very interesting.
Miss.
20.
That hits.
That's going to be 8 points of damage.
Love that.
It's essentially fire damage because it's boiling hot oil
Okay.
and it just reeks. Okay. Round whatever, 2-ish. I don't know. It's weird. We're in and out of combat
Right.
nonstop.
Yep.
It is Mert's turn.
Okay. Kind of coming to, and maybe still a little dazed and out of it. My greatsword is still where I fell when I was kind of drug away.
That's true.
So you drop what's in your hands when you go to dying. So I'll take an action to draw a longsword from my belt,
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
and then basically, come on, you bones, if that's how it's gonna be, and I'll rage. So just start shaping up, and then I'll maybe. I don't. Maybe I'll just move in front of Lysander. That's as far as I'll go.
Okay. So your prisoner, seeing that hot grease shoot, I don't know that she can see from there what's going on, but she sees that hot grease kind of splatter into Lysander. Oh no. It's coming. It's the leftovers. And she's gonna run. All the way over there. And it's Lysander's turn.
Shoot, we're gonna have to catch her maybe.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
Poor Remy.
Right?
Also, Mert, while you're there, go ahead and give me a fortitude save, please.
What?
Yep.
What?
As you get close to this thing, it just reeks of boiled dead flesh.
Okay, how about a 27?
It's pretty good.
Cool. Critical success, it dies? Is that how that works? Okay, cool. Just check.
Do what?
Because if it's a critical success, that means it just dies.
let me read a little bit. No.
Dang.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
2 action. My last level 1 spell. I will do a 2 action harm, and I will heal Mert for 16.
Wow. Okay. I think that effectively tops him off.
And then
Does not.
I
No?
will.
What, yikes.
I don't really give 2 shits about that chick. My last action, I'll do Whispers of Weakness on this mass that's coming towards us.
Okay, so remind me again. Whispers of Weakness.
Sure.
You're going to find out.
You target one creature within 60 feet. If it has any weaknesses, you learn them,
Got it.
as well as which of its saving throw modifiers is the lowest. You also come to understand its movements, gaining a +2 status bonus to your next attack roll. If made before the end of your turn, which that doesn't necessarily matter because I'm not going to attack it, but I'm going to learn its weaknesses and its lowest modifier.
You don't have to roll to do that?
Nope.
That is wild.
Yeah, I hate
It's
it.
an oracle thing.
Yeah.
So when you cast this, you're
Yeah, so I reach up, pop my eye out, and I turn it, and my hand kind of studies, like it just kind of looks like it's looking at this thing, and my eyes inside my gloved hand, and it's just shaking as I perceive a vision of what this thing would be afraid of.
So there is this kind of flash in your
Yep.
in your mind, transmitted from this eyeball, because now your consciousness is in your hand.
Yep.
Right? Perceiving this, viewing this. And what you see is a very tall, thin woman with grayish skin, mismatched eyes, long fingers with long, sharp claws, one of the fingers missing. And she's roughly leading a bunch of people into a boiling cauldron as her 2 ghoulish assistants are lifting them up by their throats and throwing them into the boiling oil as they're screaming in pain. And in the boiling oil pot, the corpses are bubbling up to the surface, and you see the flesh melting away and the screams, the horrible screams. The flesh amalgamates into this thing, the leftovers. And there is no fear in this creature. It doesn't remember anything except rage, hot, boiling rage.
Sure.
Hot, boiling rage, so destructive, so the mind of this creature is just blind
Sure.
with hatred for anything
Love it.
alive.
Yep. Perfect. And then my hand just like instantly stopped shaking, and I just reached the edge of my mask and just slide my hand up and just put the eye back in its place.
So gross.
And then I'll just quickly just stand there to Mert, and I'll say, his mind is weak, but his flesh is not.
Okay, is that everything?
Yep.
Very cool. Ophelia.
Well, this thing possibly killed my buddy here for a second, so I'm going to peek around the corner here, and I'm going to cast Phase Bolt.
Okay, so we'll have you kind of move to where you have kind of line of sight to it. Probably put you like right here.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Okay. Uh, 10.
Oh,
10 damage.
love it.
Yep.
And it is.
It's just the magical energy.
Yeah, Oh, yeah, he's also, his AC is also reduced by 2 for this attack.
If it's got cover, right?
Such as. But, yeah. It's piercing damage.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's what I was looking for, sorry.
If it would have cover, it would reduce the cover by 2.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Because it just phases right through that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid those actuallys.
Yeah. No, this is all good. Elara.
Ooh.
She's gonna drop a bomb on this poor chick who's trying to run away. She's just like, Kobe.
No, that's why I was trying to like, what's good for this one? I'm like, Ooh. I was trying to see if I have my focus spells back. I put guidance on you last time, right?
I did, yeah. So I should be probably immune for the.
Yeah, so I
moment.
can't do you again, but I could do somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I don't want
I'll take guidance. Says your prisoners. They run away.
Please pick me.
I'm out of rain.
Let's see. I'm gonna do.
Because we'll kill you.
Oh goodness, I don't like anything that I have. Okay, I guess I can cast guidance on Lysander,
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Good.
and I was looking at. I'm too far from. Am I in an angle because I cannot see from tell where I am? Am I in an angle where if I do a cone, am I gonna hit other people?
Yes.
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 And
Because
it's
I can't tell if
about
it's okay.
30 feet away from you right now.
Okay, and I'm not getting closer to that thing.
Too. Yeah. You can always recall knowledge on it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. It is religion.
Which I
and
don't.
This is a
Well,
secret
it'll have to be
roll.
straight roll, but
Yeah. Oh, you don't have any bonus to? Okay.
no, not religion.
That's fine.
Oh, 4. So.
Actually, it's a secret roll. So
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I will let you roll that because that couldn't get much worse.
yeah, you've heard her call this the leftovers. That's
That's
about
it.
what you know. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Speaking of the leftover, it's going to slurp forward.
Okay.
Now I will need Mert, Lysander, and Ophelia to make a fortitude save.
Sure. 19 for Mert.
14 for Lysander.
And Mert, you're immune anyway, so my bad.
You
Oh,
said
good.
4?
Yeah, it's fortitude save.
16.
16. Okay, the two of you are sickened 1.
Did I fail that save?
Yes.
I would like to use Prophecy's Pawn and re-roll, please. Thank you.
Okay.
That is a natural 20.
Okay. Yay! You're not sickened.
Just to remind you that you can force me to re-roll within a 24-hour period, as the fates have tilted in my favor in this moment.
I got you. I'll make a note of that.
It's not good.
It is good that I'm not sickened.
Yes.
So as one action to move up there, that aura just kind of follows it there. So you're sickened 1 over there. So sicken will last until the end of your turn, and then it'll kind of go down by 1. Or you can spend actions to forcefully
Retch it
make
out.
yourself puke to reduce it immediately on your turn instead of waiting till the end. And then it's going to slap Mert with something called Offal.
Nice.
Offal?
No, it's awful.
Jacob knows what that is. Mert, maybe not.
Okay.
That's a great name.
So this pseudopod of boiled flesh, the smell is just horrible, but you're steeled yourself against it as it smacks against you. It's a 26.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a few dice here. Okay, so that's 5 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 6 fire damage.
Okay.
And then when it hits you, slippery hot grease kind of spatters out of this pseudopod and splashes all over you,
Sure.
making the ground beneath you slippery. But guess what?
Hover.
I don't think it matters. For you.
He said, guess what?
So I'm just going to do the spot the ground. Yep. Yep, so this won't affect you. And now you see why I hate ghosts.
Arm being like stowed away in one of our backpacks so we could watch, or what?
So it goes to
Possibly.
slap you one more time with Opal.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna skullbone that.
Yeah. That's a good,
Fine, I knew you'd do it.
that's a good use of that.
Didn't even get the card out. It is a good use of that.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, right, true.
Okay. So on the reroll, it's not a 20. It's a natty 18.
Oh god. 18 total?
Minus the map, no,
Oh, okay.
22.
Yeah, it still hits.
Okay, so 8 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
5 more fire, and more hot grease just kind of splatters on the ground beneath you as you ghostly hover over it.
So
Like a
13
cheater.
total. Got it.
He's not cheating.
I know, it's part of the thing. Okay, it is round 3, it's Mert's turn.
Lovely. I might get to actually attack.
Please do.
Yeah, so I've got the longsword in my hand. I'm gonna swing at it. Now, the interesting thing, like when Mert enters his rage, he pretty much almost always enhances his weapon of choice, whether that's his fist or his weapon, with the type of rage that he uses, which is the spirits, right, that he kind of evokes in his rage.
Sure.
So that being said, just for you, things like constructs or things that don't have a spirit are immune to spirit damage, right?
Okay.
So
Does
just
that
so you
include
know.
undead?
No, I think undead are included, but I think constructs would be one, or like a robot, or
Okay.
yeah. So we'll let
You
you
cannot hurt
figure that
me.
out. But yeah.
The leftovers is really a robot.
Okay.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Thinking the same thing.
It is a
3 on the die for my
It
first
is
hit.
awake! It is awake!
Ooh, throwback right there.
Yeah.
Starfinder playtest, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was good.
Don't try to distract from the fact that your first swing missed.
It's that was totally not something else.
But what was the total though? With
Okay.
What was the
So
total?
total would have been 11.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, it is a miss.
Yeah.
This is why we don't eat some food.
It doesn't. miss?
Exploodles.
It is a miss.
Melt in your mouth.
It doesn't hit as a miss.
Okay. Second attack is 20.
Was that with Matt?
Yep.
That's it.
Okay. Cool. Good. That's good.
That's good.
It is good.
Okay. 10 points of damage and 7 if it's immune to spirit.
10 points of damage. All right, got it. Is that it?
Well, I guess I have a third action, don't I?
You do.
Ba-bum, ba-ba-ba. I look pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to just hang out, let this thing do its thing. Yeah, I'll spend my third action to come back by Alara. Just
Okay.
gotta get out of the melee. I'll move back up maybe next turn if that makes sense. But
We shall see.
We shall see.
Your
If I live that
quarry
long.
continues to run.
dang.
Lysander.
Great. Don't want any of those. I would like to.
Ophelia, you'll be up next.
I'm going to take one action, and I'm going to move away up this corridor, but I can still, to where I could still see him. So, like, maybe at this corner of this, the pit there. Yeah.
Okay.
Just so I can still see him, but I'm not standing right in front of his face. And I'm going to cast Needle Darts at him.
Oh, okay.
That's a 20.
20 hits.
Great. Takes 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that's all he has. I crush that ring, and shrapnel flips through him like a cheese grater.
Gotcha. Ophelia.
I'm
there's
going
definitely hot
to
grease
step
thrown
back,
everywhere. Okay.
and I'm going to cast Phase Bolt.
Step, just a step.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay. And then phase bolt. So you're sickened, so it'll be -1 off the attack roll.
I have it selected,
Perfect.
which
That's a
gives me a
Beautiful die.
13.
Okay. A 13, unfortunately, is going to miss.
Wee.
Alara.
Okay, Alara is going to cast Bless.
Ooh, okay.
And that is for anyone who is in a 15-foot range. That'll be. It's definitely
31.
Mert and
Yeah, everybody but Lysander.
Everett Lysander. So that's +1 to status bonus to attack rolls. And then she's going to move down that corridor.
Just back this way?
Yep. I'm not rolling those saves.
Okay. At the end of your turn, your sicken goes away. And it's the leftovers' turn. It'll come right up to Ophelia. Make a fortitude save. You're the closest thing.
I was moving, so I wasn't.
The
but
stench of this
okay.
just overwhelms you as it comes roiling up on you.
Fortitude. Give me a second. Wait. So I'm.
Actually, before it moves up, it is going to spit at you first, miss, then moves up, and then in fortitude.
14.
Okay, you are sick in 1 again,
Yes.
and now it's going to slap you with some offal.
Ew.
It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, only 1 point of bludgeoning. It just grazes you,
Okay.
but it does burn you for 3 fire.
I would have liked it for it to do 3 damage against me
Right.
instead of 13 or whatever it did the last time.
Angry bacon.
Okay. Let's see. Spit moved up. Mert.
I'll move up next to Ophelia and strike.
You're immune to the sickness because of your
Yep.
critical success.
Ooh, 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay.
Did you have
Third
the-
action.
Did you have the +1 from Bless?
I sure did. Unfortunately, that was not enough. I'm rolling pretty sour right now. Third action, then I'll move up next to Lysander and just basically be harrying it, trying not to just hang and bang.
Okay. Lysander.
Right.
Can I move further, like to the other side of him?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I would like to cast Needle Darts.
Again?
Yeah, cantrip all day, baby.
Go ahead.
That's a 19 on the die, so that's a 27.
27 is a critical hit.
Love that.
However, the fates have intervened.
Would you like me to
And
re-roll
they're
it?
forcing you to re-roll that.
Go for
attack.
it.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I love it. That's good. That's a 14.
14 is a miss.
Is a miss. Love that. I will cast Shield on myself
Okay.
for 1 action.
Ophelia. This thing is right there. You're sick.
I love that, by the way.
Well, make yourself puke.
Great.
Yeah. I'll make myself puke and then I'll cast
Okay.
Phase Bolt again.
When you do that, when you retch, you stick your finger down your throat, however you do it. This glob of pink flesh plops out of your mouth onto the floor and splorps into the creature,
It heals it.
and you can continue your turn.
Excuse me, what?
That's bullshit.
That's
That is-
crazy.
Okay.
I love it.
Wow.
I do too love it, but that's bullshit.
So I'm
Somebody
not
wrote that.
sickened anymore.
Somebody sat down and wrote that about this monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15?
15's a miss.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'm not doing so hot.
Okay, so you're gonna stay there.
I have no choice. I puked, and then that's two action spells.
Alara.
Okay, I'm gonna sustain bless, which takes it to 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm not sure who's in that range, but
Nobody except for.
Right now, just Ophelia.
Just Ophelia, okay.
All right, so that's one action.
and then I'm going to try to demoralize
Yeah.
Okay.
because I think I'm within 30 feet. So yeah.
5, 10, 50, yeah.
So
Roll that intimidate.
all right,
Okay.
11. I was like, oh good, I rolled well.
Do you also do?
Oh wait, blessed 12. So technically, but
Okay.
Do you also
It doesn't
do the,
seem to really bother this mass of boiled human remains.
Do you also do the? Ooh, I'm a ghost.
Yeah. Do you have any other actions?
nope, no, that would be my
Okay.
that would be them.
Die of humiliation. Biting words.
Your mother said you're ugly.
All right, so it's now right up in your face.
30 mothers.
So it's going to hit you with some offal. Natural 1.
All right.
Again,
Yeah.
that's like the fourth one, something like that.
At least I guess
Yeah.
at least everyone's rolling bad. So
Yeah, it's the dice have started doing very different things than the hand fight that we
Yeah,
were in.
right.
Okay, so this is called torn muscles. I guess that makes sense. Until I get healed, I'm enfeebled 1.
Ooh.
So, but you're still in my. Let's see. You have to think. See about this. Or starts the turn. Okay.
Ooh, that's strength-based rolls and DCs. Man, that's bad, bad, bad.
Okay, so it missed. It'll try to slap you again. Oh boy. Yeah, this time I think is also going to be a big fat miss. It is finesse, so it's only 4, 13 hit you? 13?
No.
You're sicking.
Still no.
You're really sick. Okay, fair enough.
Super sick.
Man. So then it's just going to spit at you.
Oh.
And this
the hell?
is gonna be
Did your mother ever tell you to keep your saliva to yourself?
16 to hit you with some spit. Some spit.
That is my DC. That's my.
Okay, so this hot, greasy oil spatters in your face and does 9 points of fire damage, and it's Mert's turn.
Move up, strike.
Okay?
Ooh. How about a? Oh, and I still have bless going, right?
Yep.
Presumably. Okay. 28.
28's a crit.
Yeah.
All right.
I say dejectedly. It's not a competitive game.
Yeah, right.
You just made me lose.
Just make me lose all my stuff.
30 points of damage.
Oh! You may dispatch your.
thank goodness.
All right. Yeah. So that
no shit.
that one longsword that I was wielding in one hand basically just kind of artfully start lopping off large chunks of the offal and muscles and just pieces going in different directions, and it eventually breaks it apart.
Yeah, just kind of quivers to a still mass on the ground. This hot oil just kind of leaking out of it onto the floor. And we'll drop out of encounter mode. What do you guys do?
Do we need to go get our friend?
I think she's probably gone.
Yeah, you get the feeling she's probably long gone by now.
Hoofed it. We're not gonna be able to catch her.
It's fine.
What'd you get for healing her?
Well, especially if she's familiar with this, part of the city. She could probably disappear pretty easy in the bone scrape.
It was a good quarter mile of winding catacomb tunnels
Yeah.
down here. So,
And she probably knows her way.
yeah, you probably,
It was better than we do.
yeah. However, you do know that there's a cauldron where this thing fell out of. You saw that as you were kind of coming away. And that's what you see over there.
I'll go over and investigate that.
I'm gonna lean up against the wall and start patching myself up. I'm also gonna pull out a small snack, a little piece of ration, and start gnawing on that as I start to wrap my wounds.
Actually, I'll go up to Ophelia first and start to address her wounds
That's a great idea.
Okay.
before
so
I dig into that cauldron.
as you kind of plop down, Mert, to start
Yep.
eating your snack, you notice as this thing is kind of melting into the
Yeah.
stone that there are some coins left behind in its carcass.
Interesting.
Okay, you go ahead and take care of Ophelia.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah. I'm gonna go puke away from the thing.
Well, by now the sicken will go away.
Yeah.
Unless you want to. I mean, you can go ahead and puke. We'll have us a poltergeist 2 moment.
Well, I failed. Bandaging up myself. This is something that's fairly new to me, so how to, suture back up my ectoplasmic form is weird, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
But it's not a critical failure, correct?
right. But I think I'm still immune for 1 hour.
Correct.
Yes.
So,
Take you some time.
I can ask Alara, do you need any healing?
Not really. I'm only down a little.
It's probably best to let me practice on myself for a bit anyway. That
Yes.
makes sense.
you'll heal back 12 from me.
Oh, I appreciate that very
Yeah.
much. So.
Yeah.
Since I've not been able to kind of patch myself up after several minutes, I'll go peek at the pile of organs, just kind of sift through with my sword maybe and see what's in there.
Yeah. With your quick eye for numbers, there's the amount of silver here is enough to equal about 20 gold worth
Oh,
of
wow.
silver coins.
Okay.
Yeah, this is quite a mass of coins inside this thing.
Yeah, so I'll definitely take some time to start scooping that together.
She didn't even bother to take their money before she boiled them alive.
Dang.
Certainly not
I
a
can
small time
prestidigitize that area.
gang that would have, gone scrap every piece of coin they could get together. There's something different about this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take a roll on what they describe specifically about this lady with different colored eyes and long claws?
And
I would take society or occultism.
Okay. I'll give you a society. Or you would roll it, right?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's
yep.
a recall knowledge. Yeah,
Yep.
good point. Based on the different colored eyes
Yeah.
and maybe the description of the skin color, etc. She sounds like a changeling,
Yeah. Okay.
which is born of a human man and a hag mother.
Right. That's what I was thinking. So I'll share that with the group. I think that this new boss that came and slaughtered this gang, she's a changeling, which is a hag born. It sounds to me by her claws, she may be choosing to lean into her hag ancestry. She may eventually decide to transform completely.
I will, as we are milling about this area, I'll take, if we have time, I would like to refocus.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? For the 10 minutes or so it takes you to refocus. We'll say that probably happened the same time he was doing medicine on himself
Sure.
and scraping together those coins.
I'm just gonna relax.
That's
Okay, fair enough.
Laura was probably at least kind of not attending to Mert, but in that area, trying to see if she could help. Not much she could do. But
Okay.
Sure.
Mert, as you finish scraping up those coins in the last bit of the pile of offal, one of the bones doesn't look like a broken, boiled human bone. It looks like something carved from bone, but it has some strange kind of runes on it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely retrieve that. At the same time, I'm kind of retrieving my greatsword out of there, and then maybe share that with the group. Does anybody have any idea what these runes are on this bone?
I can look at it if you'd like.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I'll take my glove off and I'll grab the bone.
Oh, so you're doing like a vision thing?
Yep.
So
No secrets from us,
You're-
Game Master.
your eyes, maybe behind the lenses
Yep.
of your mask, nobody can see this, but your eyes roll back in the back of the top of your head,
Yep.
and you see this bone stick carved with these runes, a thin hand with a missing middle finger with long, sharp talons grasped around it as she reaches out to touch a zombie, and the zombie's wounds close and heal together. and the emotion is frustration.
Gotcha. I holding the thing in my hand. My hand is kind of shaking with the vision, and my head's kind of like off kilter. And then finally, I think this is used to heal undead.
Interesting. I don't have the skill to use it, but perhaps one of you could. And I'll look at Ophelia and Alara and Lysander to see if any of you could potentially use it, I guess.
I saw a vision of the clawed woman healing a zombie with it. Reached out and touched it, and it healed. Closed its wounds.
You just touched it with it?
Yeah.
That sounds easy enough.
So with the with your knowledge of occult magic and the fact that you have cast this spell many times yourself, you thinking about this, you automatically succeed at knowing that this is in fact a wand of harm.
Oh.
And with that
This, ladies
really
and
nice
gentlemen.
piece of treasure, we're gonna see what happens with that and where you go next.
No.
Next time.
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it is that time already.
Dang.
So, thanks everybody for hanging out with us and watching us play this game and have a great time together at the table. I hope you had a great time out there.
Gear. Wand of harm.
Good, I like it.
Good job.
Good idea.
Don't forget that. And then
That's
save it.
right.
Does it have how many uses? Or
So a wand, we can talk about it in actually next time, but basically you can use it once a day. You could try to push it and use it more, but you could potentially blow up doing that. So,
Interesting.
but we're done here tonight, unfortunately. It's very sad to say so. However, we are back again tomorrow. Some of us are back again tomorrow.
That's right.
For the Soul Sever campaign at 6 o'clock Eastern on this very same channel. So be sure to tune in for that. There was a very emotional episode last week. I can't wait to see kind of what comes of that and some of those new revelations. These characters are really coming together and as a new team with new powers. And then Wednesday, I'll be on my own Twitch channel painting some miniatures for the crew here on Barnabas Brushes. So be sure to search Twitch for that at 5 o'clock Eastern. I'll be painting some minis. And then Overwatch Thursday? Maybe.
Okay.
Just however the winds push your sails, right?
That's right.
Keep an eye on YouTube. Critical Knowledge.
Yes,
Yep.
Critical Knowledge on Friday. Which
Yep.
typically drops around 6 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
And so, be sure to stay tuned for that because I think that's another lore check coming our way.
It is indeed. It's going to be another lore check, and we're going to dive into some of the. How do we want to put this? We're going to dive into what is the largest city on Galarian.
Ooh. Love it.
Very cool. Okay, so again, thank you everybody out there for watching. Be sure to like, be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. All of those things help us out. Check out the Patreon. That certainly helps us financially keep this thing going.
For sure.
And until then, have a great night, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
good night.
Thanks, crew.
Yeah. Woo woo. Dude, what is up with that? Like, you can't be throwing like flesh rendered goop after us.
39 points of damage.
Look,
Holy
I
crap.
blame Kepgetta. She boiled those bone shard game
I
members
will blame
alive.
her. And by the way, there is no wand of harm. There is no wand of harm.
Under magical?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think-
under magic items, wand, search for harm, no harm.
Well, you have a wand of harm.
Great, I love it, and I can use it once per day.
Maybe you should
So,
heal.